go talk with him and make a deal or something.
We there was also the cane.
The wand?
The wand.
It's a really big wand. Just FYI.
I'm only like 2.5 feet.
Okay, fair.
Guys. Just a quick reminder, I'm kind of small.
Well, okay, so do we need to get both of them, or would we only need to get one?
I think only one is all we need.
Okay. So
I mean, I could attempt to, but I don't know how that'll succeed or not.
How do you become the head of the carnival, the majesty? What are they crowning?
Pinky, you would know this. It typically goes to
Oh.
whoever has had the largest influence on improving the carnival's mood from the guests.
Oh. So if you've really improved the vibe of the carnival, then you'd be a candidate for the crowning.
is that only staff, or is that
It's
No,
it would probably it wouldn't just be staff.
but
It wouldn't make any sense.
so anybody
What are
here
you
can,
talking
can get it.
it specifically excludes staff.
Yeah, not us.
So, and I say this to the group, do you think any of us have a chance? And if so, we could maybe use that to our advantage.
Locke saved a person's life.
Locke also saved. Wait, Kevis doesn't know this. Never mind. I know the person. But
Locke would probably be our best bet, just on what you guys are saying.
He saved that
maybe.
proposal.
Yeah.
And
Zarius is like, he saved 2.
He saved 2 proposals, and he won one of the custard contests.
And Eli's like, and he knew what that creepy doll was. That Tasha.
Yeah, so he would.
Tasha's doll.
I think he would.
He's done some cool stuff here.
I think he'd be a pretty good candidate.
I would say either Locke or Moose. Moose kind of did save our asses in our performance.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Moose too. So Moose or Locke would probably be our best bet, but I don't know who, so it'd be a gamble.
Either way, I feel like if one of those two, one of you guys get it, you could play the distraction and
just
I don't know, if
stall
Pinky,
a little longer.
Yeah.
Take your time to get up there.
Sneaky. I am sneaky. Well, I don't think it draws so much attention if, like, Pinky, you're doing it, but also I don't know what the rest of us should do, because I know definitely
keep a lookout, maybe.
Yeah,
like just like make sure, like
we could, if we could get Locke up there, and I don't. Locke, are you good at like taking things?
To take, Locke? Wait, what do you want him to take? Wait, what?
I don't know if
stats.
The attention on him and him trying to steal is probably the best idea.
Probably the worst.
He would be the closest, and we could cause a distraction.
Wait, so are we assuming that the watch and wand are going to be on their people, on their persons, or on the owners?
I've always seen them with them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, everyone says it's always on them, I would imagine. Morgan, would we have kind of got that idea that they have? Their items are always on them?
Yeah, you've seen them both with their items on them. And yeah, it tracks with Pinky that, like, yeah, they're essentially inseparable.
Okay.
So, I mean, we have those 2 invisibility cupcakes.
has those?
I won mine. I want to eat it.
You can for sure eat that if you want. I'm just making suggestions.
That's a good idea. And Kevis kind of like pats him on Eli on the head. I don't know if you're the most sneakiest. And I kind of grab his chainmail and shake it. I think they might hear you a little bit.
What are you trying to say?
You're not sneaky, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's true.
Look,
Pinky, I feel like should definitely be the one to snag it. She's the smallest. It's less suspicious of her.
are you making an assumption because I'm a rogue?
You work here and you're small.
Okay.
You also trailed me when I snuck off. I think.
Not my fault I have good eyes.
Fair enough. I think, at least confident that Locke is definitely a good candidate to be crowned, and he's definitely got a way to talk with people to maybe keep them distracted. I do agree those 2 cupcakes would be very helpful. I don't remember who has the other one. I think Locke does.
That is correct.
Locke, I know you want it, but would you be willing to part with it to give it to like Pinky so she can not be seen? Also, did we decide what item we're grabbing? Are we taking the pocket watch or
Maybe
the wand?
the wand. I would.
So, Pinky, you know this, that Mr. Witch mostly stands to the sides until it's the actual moment to crown the king. Then he comes forward. But Mr. Witch, of course, is front and center. All eyes on him for most of the ceremony.
Oh my gosh, which one has which item? I get them confused.
Mr. Witch is the grumpy one with the pocket watch. Mr. Light is the flamboyant one with the spinning. Technically, it's not a wand; it's a vane. Is what they call it.
Can we replace one of them?
What do you mean? What do you mean replace one of them?
Well, if you take something, I've always found it's easier if they don't think it was taken.
As soon as Moose says that, Kevis gets a look of like, okay, hasn't worked very well the last few times, but I do have the wooden wand. I could make an illusion of a pocket watch. I don't know how well or if it's going to work. I would imagine they're pretty familiar with illusions. But
is it? Sorry, real quick. Is it prestidigitation or is it minor illusion?
Prestidigitation.
Okay, very different. Creating like a solid like persisting item would be minor illusion. That's basically outside of the scope of prestidigitation.
Never mind.
Never mind. God told me I was wrong.
Also, Kevis, how's your crown doing?
How's my crown doing?
It's fine at the moment.
Okay, good.
You watered it a little while ago.
He's pretty happy about that. Seeing the flowers are doing pretty good.
Kevis, at this point, like, it's kind of like you've gotten used to it, but you know that you're like your clothes and like your shoes, maybe your underwear, are all a little damp just from the perpetual watering of this thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now your water skin's empty.
I filled it back up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went to the river and filled it up.
Why would you pick river water? There's like the feasting orchard right over there.
It's less of our worry.
What do you mean less of a worry?
Kevin just walks away from Pinky. But Moose, I think you do have an idea. Can anyone create some sort of illusion?
Nope. I mean, I can make my wings sparkle, but...
I make the ground rumble.
can hit things.
Hmm.
I don't know if Locke, are you able to do illusions?
That's not really my thing.
Eli?
Who was it who was able to
I'm good at
dress
curing.
themselves up? Because I remember
Locke could disguise himself.
Kevis showed yeah. I don't think disguising ourselves would help.
I mean, worst case scenario, we could grab it and run.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. Grab it and run because I'm losing my job.
I mean, you have been with us, and aren't you supposed to like be looking for lost and found items?
I have been during this thing occasionally. Look, I found somebody's missing key. What else have I found?
Aren't you supposed to take it back to the lost and found?
Yes, I do that normally whenever I get back home. You're right. She's just a little flustered. I get there when I get there.
Okay. What if, and this is a big what if, happy scenario, Locke, you get crowned. All the attention is on you. While the rest of us, we're basically planning a heist here.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Pinky can go in and grab. I would imagine the pocket watch is probably a better option because Mr. Light, I would imagine, is holding his wand. Unless you rip it out of his hands, which I doubt that's going to be an option.
Yeah.
While the rest of us can have some sort of way, a getaway for Pinky as soon as she grabs it.
Who else has the invisibility cupcake? It was
Is Eli and Locke.
Eli and Locke.
The pocket watch, Morgan, like a standard pocket watch, like it's attached to a vest and it's in his pocket, or he pulls it out.
Exactly.
So we'd have to unclip it from whatever's attached to.
Yeah, potentially, or Pinky, go ahead and roll an intelligence check for me.
All right. Let me just click. What is happening to? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Better than my roll.
Ignore the second one. My thing is rolling really slowly.
Yeah, you figure that unclipping it from his vest during the heist is the best method to go for stealing it.
How long does the invisibility cupcakes work? I asked that to Eli and Locke.
As long as a potion of invisibility does.
It's like an hour?
Oh, bugger.
And I have a potion of advantage that I can use for if I roll terribly on stealing it.
You would have to prepare yourself with the potion beforehand.
Yeah, it lasts an hour though, and any time during that hour it says that I can use it once.
Yep. So it lasts an hour, and the effect ends if you attack or cast a spell.
But I won't be attacking or casting spells.
Yep, that's just the details.
Unless Pinky gets distracted by something. The floor donut.
What if
Can Pinky look around for some lost things?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
while she's doing that, about said lock, Kevis would mention, what if, so it sounds like our best bet is to get the pocket watch. So we would have to get it off him somehow, either very sneaky or by force of just pulling it away from him and running, which could be an option as well. What if, and this is in case Locke gets crowned, he could be the distraction, all attention on him. We send Pinky in, and maybe myself, because I'm fairly sneaky as well, and both of us with the cupcake, and I'm eyeing Eli after, as I said, cupcake, and then looking away. Pinky can go in for the grab, but I can also be there if things go bad and maybe shove him or something, or use the wand, make some sort of odor to distract him to get that. And then as soon as we get that, we bolt.
But you guys need to act really casual, I think, about this, because if you guys get antsy up there, then it's going to be like...
Well, we wouldn't all be up there.
Oh, yeah. Just whoever gets crowned, Block, assuming.
Yeah. I would imagine, Moose, you could kind of be keeping people from getting to us, if you could. You and Zarius. Did I say his name right? Darius. I knew I said that wrong.
Eli, I have actually this really cute unicorn horn filled with candy. If you're really attached to something sweet and delicious.
Yeah, give me.
Yeah, we could trade. Oh.
Well.
Alright, take it.
Oh, thank
I've
you.
had enough custard today anyways.
Locke, would you mind handing...
Good.
I could actually give you... I have 2 of these wooden wands. Would you want to trade?
Trade what?
Not Eli. This is to Locke.
Oh. And Locke's like, I don't mind giving it up for the cause, for us to find whatever it is that we've lost. That's fine by me.
Cool. So are we good with me, Pinky, going invisible? And then hopes that Locke gets crowned. Moose, you kind of be the bodyguard per se. Don't let anyone near you and Zarius. Want to look at Pinky? What should Eli do?
Eli.
I'll punch people.
Okay, no punching people. Maybe
Yeah, definitely.
How fast are you, Eli?
I am very slow.
Okay.
I was gonna do an insight, but never mind.
I can move pretty fast.
I have no doubt about that. So you guys won't be able to see us up there is the thing. I was like, if things go bad, but I'm like, you won't even know if things are going bad.
I looked at Pinky. There's 2 entrances, right? There's the staff entrance and then the main entrance we would go in. That's it.
Yeah, there's like the staff entrance is like from the staff area, right?
But if we had to cut out there.
There's the big top, and then on the back of the big top is like the staff tent where like people get ready for the excuse me, they get ready with their costumes and stuff. It's where Burley took you and had the questioning session after you guys beat up Kettlestream.
Okay, we didn't
Kettlestream. And
beat
then
her up.
Oh, you totally did.
Hey.
And then beyond that, so that staff tent connects the big top to the staff area. And Locke kind of chimes in at this point. He's like, so just to be clear, are you proposing a hostage situation? You keep saying, like, don't let people get near you. Moose is the bodyguard. It sounds like a hostage situation.
No.
I don't think that's what we want to go for.
More of just... Oh, if we are invisible, I don't think they would know we're up there.
You need to just take the watch and go.
We could do that. But we need some sort of signal to let you guys know we have the watch. And I wouldn't imagine we're leaving with you guys. We would need a place to meet up.
You have those wands, right?
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, do something like a pink tree. You know, a flower of like a sparks of like in the shape of a pink tree, and just like do that, and people will just think it's from like the magic of the carnival or something.
That's not a bad idea. So that could be our signal that we have the watch, and you guys can leave if we need be, and we can meet up. And I look at Pinky. Where should we meet up? You know this place better than us.
We're what I assume is like a pretty inconspicuous, non-busy place during this event.
It's a little hard to say. There's people everywhere. There is no escaping people unless you're like in the staff area, and that's like less people, but there's
the staff
you know
area.
that's like the bodyguards and the staff and stuff. I don't know, kind of hard to say. There's a couple of rides that you could go on where you guys would be isolated for a moment.
We could. What rides would those be?
The gondolas one, the dragonfly ride, bubbles pop teapot, and the mystery mine are all rides that you that out of all of those, the gondolas one and the mystery mine are the two rides that can like take a group of your size all together at the same time.
Well, there's not per se like an area that would be not busy. It's carnival, but if we decided to all meet up on a ride, we'd have a potential moment of seclusion where other people aren't going to be snooping in. And those rides would be the gondola swan or the mystery mine. So whichever one catches your guys' fancy more.
I mean, Swan's closer. Also,
Swan is closer.
We might want to discuss when we have the watch, what do we do after?
Maybe we wait a minute. We'll catch on that it's missing. Realize that we had a conversation. I say we let them come to us. You know, we've gone to them, and they've been really hard, not really been very forthcoming. Obviously, I haven't been very forthcoming either, but we'll leave that little side note aside. And just enjoy our time. I'm sure they'll come find us.
This sounds like an awesome idea.
Pretend like nothing happened, like we didn't just steal something very important. All right.
So we're gonna steal something and then give them time to prepare and come find us.
Okay, maybe that's a poor plan.
We didn't say this is a very good plan.
We just have a plan. Do you have a better plan for us?
None of us are well trained in pulling off a heist, I don't think.
I don't think so.
You were very
What's our
right.
other option?
The other option is we wait for the event to die down afterwards and we approach him again.
I don't think that's gonna
Plan
work.
B?
At that point,
It'll-
then all carnival hands are there. At least when this is going, there's everyone. There's a big distraction, all the attention. I think at that point, that's when we have to do it. And I see your point, Locke. Like none of us have done a heist. And I look around, they're kind of like, right, and then. But I think.
Don't look at me like that.
I think this is our best shot. It's either we take it without them noticing and then hope they figure it out later, or we take it by force.
And then just.
And then that's when we
Ourselves
confront them.
immediately.
Then
We're 6 people. If we do it by force, that kind of makes us a criminal in a space that has hundreds of people around us.
yeah,
I don't like that option.
that's plan B. Let's not get to plan B.
Plan B is by force.
Wow.
Wow.
See, this is why I lived in the woods. I don't. At this point, how much time do we have, Morgan?
You guys have about 20 minutes left before the event.
Okay, let's convene quiet here. So, plan is me and Kevis are gonna go in invisibility. Sneaky style.
I
We're
will
assuming
wait.
it's gonna get crowned. Or one of you guys is gonna get crowned. They're gonna somehow delay or cause a bit of make a show of it. Make a show.
Mm-hmm.
And
And Zarius is just like, why don't we just wait for them back at their wagon? Less people. We know they're going to go there at some point. We'll have to sneak in for that part. But I don't know. We've already been there once. So, like, it wouldn't be that weird, especially if Pinky's with us, right?
Kevin's just kind of like wants to disagree with him. He's like, that's not a bad idea.
yeah, I think he's like, well, that was you're not wrong.
What
It's like
if
picking at a lollipop now.
I mean, so if I can't just bring you guys into the staff area willy nilly though. It's staff area. Like I'll need a reason.
they don't have to see us? Hear me out. Darius, you have a good point. They have to come back.
Of course.
It's not weird if Pinky's there waiting to talk to him. Maybe one other person, if they'll let him through. Maybe one or like myself and somebody else with the cupcake, invisible, can pickpocket them.
Do any of you guys have pickpocketing skills?
Eva's kind of grudgingly, kinda. Not proud of it, but yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not proud of it either, but
I'm pretty good at it. But I'm pretty terrible at
Yeah.
being quiet.
Yeah.
maybe we could or we could have the person who gets crowned request like to talk with them after the end.
And
Like be like,
still give
can
them
I
a
talk to
reason
you
to
real
go
quick or something?
to
Yeah,
the
and
back.
They
that'll
should be
give.
able to get an audience.
Yeah, they should be able to get an audience. Whoever gets crowned should be able to get an audience, and then we could try to steal it then too.
Yeah. I like this. And then if we need plan B, we can move it inside of their
Their coach.
their coach.
I don't think we're all gonna fit in the coach.
Yeah. I mean, if you looked at the size of it, it looked pretty cozy when just the two of them were in there.
So I don't think it's a bad idea to have the pickpocket when they're back in the staff area. I feel whoever gets crown's role is to put on a show, get their attention, get
an audience.
Yeah, get their audience with them, get them to like them, keep them distracted, while one or two others that are invisible go for the watch, and the others can be nearby in case something happens.
The others would be really nice for the others if they could somehow deal with the witchlight hands that will be guarding. Cause a little bit of a commotion or like a fight with each other or something. That would require...
Eli, you can start punching people.
Preferably not just any people. Like
any people, got it.
Just I lean over to Pinky. Just let him. It's fine.
Okay, yeah.
We've seen how well it went with Candlefoot.
All right, yeah. Punch away.
Yeah.
If you want to size up, it would be great if you could size up the witchlight hands there and challenge them to like a fight or something. I'm sure you
Aren't
could.
they on the other side of the vines or something?
I mean, you're right. Damn.
Yeah. How do I get through?
I'd have to let you through.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of hard to explain if I'm invisible and the vines just open.
That would be weird and fantastic.
Would be pretty cool. Oh.
Eli, you're planning a heist.
I am so sorry, guys. I did not mean to be. I got wrapped up in hots.
You got wrapped up in hots?
Yeah, Here's the Storm.
Here's of the Storm. Haha. Man, I haven't played that game in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are planning a heist.
You're currently being talked about punching people.
The current plan is that Eli will start punching people and cause a distraction at some point.
Oh.
It's not a good plan at all.
Eli, you could like...
Are we sure that we don't want Moose to go in and punch people?
We don't want to hurt people.
Oh, okay.
We just need a distraction.
I feel like I could do other things that would be distracting than going in and punching things.
So what? Give us.
Okay, I don't know.
Cool.
Let's see. I could possibly I could go in and I could make myself a clown. And then, I don't know, like start touching things and making them very, very bright.
Are you referring to your makeup? I thought you
Yes.
used that, or did you have multiple?
I had 3 uses. I have one more use of that.
Gotcha. Cool.
What do you guys think? I don't know. That was just me spitballing, but I don't. I mean, I could go. Who am I punching? What's going on?
So, the plan. We're targeting Mr. Witch's pocket watch. The plan is there's a person that's get crowned. If it's from our group, they can they're going to play the biggest distraction and request an audience with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, in hopes that they'll take them back to the staff area, while there's one or two of us who are invisible with the cupcakes going for the actual pickpocket, while the remaining group members cause a distraction.
You traded your invisible cupcake for a unicorn horn full of candy earlier, by the way. As it was necessary for the plan.
I traded mine.
For
You
a
and
unicorn horn filled with candy.
Wait. Okay. All right. Okay.
We had to improvise without you here.
I got you. Yeah. No, that's fine. You point me in the direction of who you want me to touch or punch, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I mean, really, it's the same thing. And
I mean, I'd like to argue that they're not the same exact thing, but
So
they are pretty much the same thing.
also, we also agreed. What? So I guess we discuss who's going to be distraction, who's going to be, because we can't decide who's going to be the crown. We've all assumed that it's going to be Locke, hopefully. So that,
but whoever is crowned, if it's in our group, needs to be super extra and get an audience with the owners. That's our goal. Get an audience with the owners. The crown person does.
Yeah, that sounds like Pinky. Pinky sounds extra.
I can't get crowned. I'm a member of the staff.
and our signal, which I just realized I'm the only one that can do it.
What do you mean? What are you trying to do?
No, well, if we're doing the, like Locke said, the what was it, the pink tree? I mean, we can all do our own signal at this point.
I have Druidcraft, and that would allow me to do small plant thingies.
As you say that, he kind of reaches up at his crown. Right, you have Druidcraft. Okay, so that's another person that can show some sort of like sign of run. What about the rest of you?
I can help Locke, be extra up there. I can add some extra.
Yeah.
Like what? I just want to know what to prepare myself for.
I'll help Ringmaster
from Moose
again. I'll help Ringmaster you as the center of attention.
Or what about this, Moose? You scream carnival.
I'm pretty good at that.
Does that sound
you could do? It's because the witchlight hands. I'm assuming some of them will. One of them from the back, either Thaco or Burley or whatever his name is.
Isn't Burley the one that recommended we steal his pocket watch?
Yeah, so maybe he'd be kind of down for this thing. Maybe.
You could convince him just to walk away for a minute, and then we wouldn't.
Or you can challenge him to a fight or something.
I'll do that.
You were very quick to act on that.
You're like punching people? Yeah.
There you go, Eli. That's who you can punch.
So that's Pinky would know that it would be just from what we've seen currently is that Thaco and Burley are the ones who are back there most often.
Also,
because we met him back there. Yeah.
Is Thaco
Burley is
he a threat?
I met him back there.
Burley most definitely is. But we haven't really seen what Thaco can do. He's just kind of just sat back there against the wagon. Does he even do any work?
Grumpy looking clown name is Thaco.
Pinky, roll a history check.
Oh boy.
He's gonna be the strongest out of them all. We don't know this.
He's a super sketchy person. What is?
Okay.
Okay, I don't know why I did it twice. Take the first one.
Okay. You don't know why Thaco is a bodyguard. Seems kind of strange. He just seems like a grumpy guy.
Yeah, that's all I have on my notes is grumpy looking clown named Thaco.
Okay. Maybe Burley could get Thaco away for a little bit.
I mean, the interaction between the two of them. Didn't look like a positive one.
He looks
Oh
like
no, you do know that Burley and Thaco do not like each other. They don't talk together or nothing.
is Thaco like
Yeah, I'm
anybody?
good luck trying. Well, I don't know what goes on really between those two. They don't like each other. That much is apparent.
To get into the circle with some people and cause a distraction so that an invisible person can take the watch, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming at least like 3 or 4 of us, because if I take all of you in,
I mean,
that in itself is going to be.
I mean, is it weird if you take any of us?
The winner.
Actually, though, what would work really well is if I can go in there, and I know that the wall of plants is going to be open for a few more seconds. If like 2 of you are invisible, you could easily come in with me. And like no one would know that I brought 2 people in there with me because you are both invisible. And it wouldn't be suspicious because they'd see me walking through the vines.
Don't we only have one cupcake?
We have
Did I hear
2.
that right? Oh. Who has the other one?
Lock.
Locked us.
Oh, okay.
Well, me now. Which add that. Is that an actual thing in D&D Beyond, Morgan, or is it a custom thing?
It's a potion of invisibility.
Okay. I guess we should try to figure out who at least the invisible ones are going to be.
It should not be me.
Yeah, maybe not the one who has the clunk.
Who makes noise? Who makes music as he
Makes
walks?
noise with every step. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Earlier, they asked you how fast you were, and my response for you was, "I am very slow."
I'm extremely slow.
Darius said that he was pretty good at some of this stuff, but has a hard time being quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
I am.
maybe.
If there was a way to keep him quiet.
Oh, there's no
would-
way.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, if there was a way that I could trust him to be quiet for this stealth thing, I would, but okay, so maybe I'm only gonna bring in Kevis then. Hopefully that'll work. But we'll also have whoever gets crowned in there as well. Assuming one of us.
And it could
Lock.
help with the
We'll have
distraction.
Lock in there.
So you and whoever gets crowned could play the distraction. And then the remainers could cause a scene?
It's about
Yeah.
this time you guys hear some criers going around the
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
going around that are saying, "Crowning of the Witchlight Carnival in 5 minutes. Come join us. Take your seats."
Eli
Alright.
and I can cause a scene outside of the vines to maybe get the guards to come out and less eyeballs on.
If you can like get a fight right outside the vines and make one of them have to come check it out or something.
Eli, what do you say?
Do not punch me again.
Hey.
Don't do it.
You guys know you're about a 5-minute walk away from the big top at this point.
All right,
So you guys
So
are
we'll start
out of
making our
time.
way.
Let's go.
Also, do we
Alright.
know how long the ceremony is?
It can be, depending on how it goes, it can be 10, 15 minutes, something like that.
But not an hour.
Not quite.
4 hours.
Okay, so
long.
like if I eat this cupcake, it's not going to go to waste at the very beginning.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not that long.
So I could, and now we're saying this as we walk. We're walking, talking. I could eat the cupcake and just not go in with you guys. Like, I don't enter. I eat the cupcake and I wait outside the vines right by the tent for the staff area tent.
What I'll probably do is I'll go into the staff area at some point. And then you can come in behind me having the invisibility on you.
But where are you going to enter? Because you're not going to be able to know where I am.
I'm just hoping that you follow me, bro.
Yay!
Once you're invisible, I can't track you, so...
Are you going into the big top?
No.
Okay, so I'm just going to follow you outside. Or I don't need it till right before you go into the staff area.
Yeah, you don't need it until I go into the staff area.
So that works.
Travis,
Yes.
I mean, I'll be in the big top, but in like the very, very, very back, closest to the entrance.
Okay, that works.
Kevis, pull my finger before you take the watch.
What? Pull your finger?
Pull my finger before you take the watch.
Well, I don't know.
Moose, are you going to be back in the staff area? Like, Kevis is very confused now.
What I was thinking was you guys would like cause like a fight like here or something. Where it's like not in a way where everyone who's like any staff here can get you, but it'd have to be the staff in the staff hall that would hear this.
If you need some help, pull my finger.
Okay.
You guys approach the big top at about this time, and the flaps are open, and everybody is surging in. And so, where are you guys going? Who is not going into the big top?
We're gonna be in the very back, like right next to the entrance.
Yeah.
So when it's very apparent that like.
So very front, I would say front seat.
Oh my gosh, my game is going so slow.
Right by the entrance, so we can immediately dip out.
Yeah. When we see that it's like getting closer to, like right when the crowning happens, we'll dip.
Okay, sounds good. So you guys are not sitting together?
I'm sitting like right behind him.
No, I mean the group.
Oh, I don't know about them.
We probably, honestly, as a group, would sit with, I think Kevis would stay with the group.
Okay.
Or we'd be around close by.
Just an eye shot. We all sit on the ends too. Because I imagine the rest of us are all going to exit besides whoever gets crowned. And then we
if
each
we
do
all
our own.
exit at the same time, it's going to be a little.
The lights
suspicious, so
start to
time it
dim.
a little bit. All right.
And and you hear people continuing to shuffle in. They come by, sit down. There's lots of smells and delicious things: caramel apple, popcorn, donuts, half-eaten sandwiches, and lots of things that Pinky's very interested in. And some music begins to build up as the people are getting down, and as the music builds, the crowd begins to hush. And throwing stuff. And you see various small performances. It's almost like a small version of the Big Top extravaganza from previously, where there's jugglers and there's performers, and the gnome from the poetry contest is walking around and conversing and making people laugh with his rhymes. There's a scary-faced goblin jester running around, like, scaring people. Candlefoot is there as well, and he comes in, and he seems to be holding a gilded hat box, and the crowd starts to hush. And once again, from the center of the big top, up above. And there are dancing lights all swirling around Mr. Light as he descends from a ribbon on his looped his hula hoop that he's sitting in. And he's just spinning around. His legs are twirling. His toes are pointed. The vein is swirling all around, and it's spinning quite fast. And he comes down, and he looks around, and there's a little bit of music, but everybody is quiet. And he just stares at everybody. There's this anticipation, this intensity that kind of builds and builds and builds, and he leans forward until he like falls and loses his balance, but he flips his legs up into the loop and brings himself right back up again. And and everybody gasps and then cheers afterwards, like, "Oh yeah! Oh, I thought he was gonna fall. Oh, me too!" Just murmurs going throughout the crowd. It says, "Welcome back. For all of you who were here before, welcome back. To all of you who have never been inside the tent, welcome for the first time. Now, we have our grand ending ceremony. It is a tradition here at the Witchlight Carnival to seek out those who have been most influential in creating a joyful atmosphere here at the carnival. That person is given the honor, the grand distinction of the title of the Witchlight Monarch. It is not a title that is given lightly. It holds great weight to it. And those who receive it are etched in the halls of reverence in the Feywild forever. Now, without further ado," and he gestures his hand over, and there's another light. And Mr. Witch is standing there. And Duralgan, the displacer beast with the large tentacles that have butterfly wings coming out of them, standing next to him, next to Candlefoot. And Mr. White turns to Candlefoot, opens the box, and pulls out a gilded crown full of slightly moving golden butterflies. It's not just like a wreath. It's actually like built up like a crown, like a king would wear. And so it's layers of butterflies that'll kind of point to the end and like flap on the end. And he brings it out into center stage, and Mr. Light flips out of his hula hoop and lands and presents himself. Now, there have been many revelers who have participated. You see the spin here. The spinning on this vein is an indication of joviality and the thrills that those of you here at the carnival have had. We are happy to create them for you and hope you all have had a wonderful time. And now, he holds the vein up, and it starts to spin even faster. And it's not I who chooses, but the vein. And he scans the crowd with the vein and kind of like points, and the vein seems to kind of attach, like the point begins to go. It begins to like jump person to person as he's going around and pointing it at things. And it comes over and kind of passes you guys once. And as he does, there's this golden string that kind of comes out of the end of the vein itself. And he comes back to it. And the vein holds still. And the golden thread launches out and connects with Kevis, Pinky, Zarius, Locke, Eli, Moose, and it begins to bounce between all of you, glancing very briefly over Pinky, because she's a staff member.
Yeah.
And it appears we have a set of winners. And the crowd erupts. Let's hear it for our group. Now,
How our flames.
there can only be one Witchlight Monarch, as the crowd begins to die down. And as it bounces all between you. The six of you have apparently been traveling together within the carnival. I believe you've only just met today, is that right?
That's right.
That's very impressive to create so much jubilance for those who were strangers but hours ago. Congratulations. However, we have one title to give, one crown to place upon a single head. It is up to you to decide who is the most worthy among you, who should receive this great honor.
Kevis immediately stands up and I say, I think Locke, and point over at Locke. Locke has done a lot. He's saved a marriage, and looking at Candlefoot and kind of motioning, not drawing attention to him, and he also, he saved a life, and he's kind of looking around for that dwarf. Does he see him? It's gonna probably be very hard.
What dwarf?
Wasn't it a dwarf?
Oh, the dwarf. Yeah, as you say that, it's the dwarf that it was on the dragonfly. He says, "Here, he saved me from a rogue dragonfly." That sounded way better in my head.
And as he says it, see this, I personally think Locke should be crowned. I don't know about the rest of you all, but I personally think Locke deserves it.
And Candlefoot walks up and whispers into his ear, and he says, "Oh, not only have you been a great asset to creating an enjoyable experience for our patrons, but also to our staff. Not often that very many people go out of the way to help those who are putting on the carnival. Are there any objections to this Master Locke being crowned our Witchlight King?" And the room is fairly silent. Says, "Well, in that case, young sir, come down and please partake of your title." And Locke stands up and begins to walk down, and as he steps over the kind of ring in the center of the room, the crowd erupts into enormous applause and cheers, and it is loud enough that you think about covering your ears type of loud.
All right. Can I just
go ahead.
tap Kevis's shoulder real quick and make my way out stealthily?
Roll a stealth check.
I'll wait a second till I see her completely exit. Give it a few seconds so it doesn't look obvious. And then...
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check to keep track of her without giving yourself away. Okay, yeah. You both are doing pretty good jobs. Everybody is focused on Locke, and Mr. Witch takes the crown that he has and places it on top of Locke's head. And as he does, the butterflies on it begin to flutter very fast, and there's a kind of a large trailing almost cylinder of gold dust that raises up from his head. And Palasha, the mermaid, begins to sing a beautiful cadence of celebration and joy, and Mr. Witch kind of roughly takes Locke by the hand and he's like, oh, and they begin to parade around, and he goes in front of every section of the big top, and like they take a bow together and a bow and a bow, and they are performing just over the top enthusiasm from them both. And I'm gonna roll a performance check for Locke.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to whistle 3 times as loud.
Sounds good. And he can roll at advantage here because essentially Mr. Witch is assisting him. And as is Moose. So okay, 19. Yeah, you guys feel very confident that he is gathering the crowd, and he is hamming it up and like just soaking it in, giving it back out, blowing a kiss here and there. Somebody throws like a flower at him, and he grabs it, and it's a tulip, and he eats it. Tastes like pizza. And he takes it and kisses it and throws the rest of it back, and like somebody else grabs it and is like, oh, like it's like he's become like an instant celebrity in this group. And the festivities continue. Everybody's eyes are on Locke. So at this point, Moose and Eli, what are you guys doing?
I just realized that the Witchlight Monarch is related to the butterflies, and I think that that's great.
Yep.
I guess, yeah, we're just celebrating. I'm celebrating Locke's win. If he's gonna be let out or anywhere, then we'll follow. Otherwise, I'll turn to Eli and say, you want to go cause a distraction?
Is it time?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Your call, guys. And there is a point. There is a point after several minutes of like hamming it up and like performing for the crowd. Mr. Witch or Mr. Light guides. Palasha's song ends, and Mr. Light grabs Locke and Mr. Witch and Duralgan, and basically like the entire staff exits the tent and begins parading around the carnival itself for anybody who was not in the big top.
Say we just follow them a little bit. You know, we're part of this entourage.
Okay, so you guys begin to follow. And Pinky and Kevis, what are you guys doing?
So as we're going around, I'm gonna drink that potion of advantage.
Sounds good. So you drink the potion of advantage. I believe that is any time in like the next hour. You can roll with advantage on something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to walk back to the staff area. I also recommend, if Kevis is close by, just like whisper to him, like, sometime in the very, very soon future, those cupcakes look great.
I'll step behind a tree, pull out the cupcake that Locke gave me, and eat it.
Sounds good. You are invisible for the next hour. Okay, what else are you guys doing?
I'm following her, like I'm right up on her so she doesn't lose me.
I'm gonna enter the staff area. I'm gonna like wait a second with the vines open. Not like too long, but a little longer than I normally would, and then I'm gonna start walking towards my tent, or my very, very pink, very, very obvious humble abode.
Kevis is following and obviously figures out, this is Pinky's. So that's where Kevis will kind of stay until he sees Mr. Light, Mr. Witch, and Locke come in. Wait for like a distraction from them.
She's gonna like open the door really wide, just like he wants to like come in real quick so we can have a talk.
As I step by, I kind of like pat her on the head to know that I'm in.
Pat me on the head! Wow. Can just wave my arm like stop that. Not a child. I'm gonna close the door behind me. Okay.
Okay.
We're just gonna keep a lookout until also, can I eat that cupcake too right now?
Yeah, you could.
Avardo.
Yeah.
Is
That's what it's
there?
called it.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, no,
No,
I'm not
no.
gonna eat the cupcake. That's kind of weird. If my door opens and
Okay, so you guys are lying in wait in the staff area as the Witchlight Monarch is being paraded around. So Locke is completely indisposed at the moment, and Darius is like, "Okay, I'll come with you guys." And he follows you to like go make some sort of distraction. Oh no, you guys are just following the entourage, right? You guys are part of the crowd. Okay, sounds good. As you're moving around, you have Mr. Witch, Mr. Light, Ralgan, Candlefoot, Diana Cloppington. Most of the people that you've seen up until this point, they shut down their booths, their stalls, and they start roaming with the group, and it is a large procession, very loud. Lots of people like run up and just like start following you guys, like acting like they're important, like they're part of the crowd, like, and like it's obvious some people have absolutely no idea what they're doing or what's going on.
Carnival.
Yeah, and there Moose starts an enormous chant of like several hundred people just start shouting "Carnival," and even Mr. Witch takes up the vein and like with the syllables. It's like he's being the I don't know the term, the one in front of the marching band with the twirly staff. Yeah, he starts acting like he's the conductor of the chant itself. And the vein on the butterfly of gold and red glass is spinning to a point where it's just blurry at this point. And everybody is thrilled and excited and having a great time, and it goes on for like that for 15-20 minutes or so, and then you guys kind of do a loop from side to side and then come back, and in front of the Calliope, there's one last kind of like large grabbing of hands and like a bowing with like most of the people who work in the carnival, and it also includes you guys as the group who provided the most revelry, and you guys all arms up and bow or curtsy, and you guys begin to, and that's kind of the end of it. People start to disassemble. Mr. Witch or Mr. Light asks them, says to all of them, "Thank you for your patronage. Come again tomorrow. We'll be here for a few more days, and enjoy the rest of your evening. The carnival is now closed. Please begin making your way to the exits. We will see you again tomorrow, assuredly." And he spins on his heels, kind of kicks one of them backwards like he's like kicking dirt, and then just like begins to like overly exaggerated like walk into the big top and like all the way through the back. Mr. Light, at the end of this, Mr. Light closes as Mr. Light says that the carnival is closed, the crown on Locke's head vanishes, and you see the butterflies go, and they come back and they reform and they land inside of the gilded box that Candlefoot has open. He closes it. He tucks it under one arm and he begins to walk back towards there as well. And everybody begins all the staff begin their procession back into the staff tent and then into the staff area itself. And eventually they do begin to kind of make their way into their respective tents and whatnot. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light eventually get themselves back into their space. Duralgan, returns for his end of day duties at the Lost and Found, and everything kind of begins to wind down.
Damn it. All right, great. So while
I think that Locke would be trying to gain an audience.
yeah, Locke was going to try to get an audience with them.
Zarius can go with, since
as he
distraction.
As he tries to talk to them, it's like he's, especially with the whoever is there. So Eli and Moose, go ahead and roll insight checks.
Oh boy. It's gonna go on.
Sheesh, 23 on the insight check.
Luck is looking on their side.
Eli, you know what it looks like when people give you a cold shoulder because you've been annoying them. Just you definitely get that vibe from Mr. Witch and Mr. Light as you guys are trying to talk to them, and Locke's like, "Hey, can we talk about this for a second?" That sort of thing. They're just like, "Thank you for coming. We hope to see you again. Congratulations on your winnings, and come join us next time. Perhaps you can be crowned twice or thrice. Happy to have you." And they turn and they're just it's just platitudes as they're leaving. They have no interest in conversing with you guys. And you kind of think it's probably because you guys grilled them rather unceremoniously previously.
Moose. So before I do this, just to clarify, has the staff already entered into the staff area at this point?
Yeah, looks like the staff is back. The staff is back there. Some of them are getting out of costume. Some of them are heading into their tents or their wagons to bed down for the night. Some of them, a lot of them have also dispersed to start cleaning up and whatnot.
Is the door that they keep entering, the leafy door they keep entering, is that a wall or is it like a dome?
It is a wall surrounding the staff area that is full of thick thorned vines.
Yeah. Got you. So as they're leaving, I'm gonna look at Moose and Moose, you want to throw me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fastball special.
Yeah. I want you to throw me over the thorny wall.
Well, I could carry you over.
You could carry. Oh yeah, you fly. No, I think it's way more dramatic if you throw me.
Okay. I will pick him up. And a lifted up over kind of toss, I'm thinking.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength check. Assisted.
I'm picturing him shot putting Eli just up and over.
Yeah, I'm just oh boy.
This is going to be interesting.
That almost was a wall.
You have advantage because it's an assisted thing. Eli jumps when you throw him. It's not just you're muscling him completely by yourself. That's worse. All right. So yeah, so it's one of those things. It's one of those things when you throw and you release on the downward arc and it just ends up at your feet. Except it's the reverse. He holds on to you too long and releases on the backwards arc. and you go straight into the vines. And you take,
Oh,
and it's just like, and like you feel the vines like push you out, and you take 4 piercing damage from just the vines. The vines respond violently to your presence, and
Do we
they
hear
shove you
that?
back.
Okay.
And
yeah, do we
Okay,
hear that from inside?
what?
Do we hear
Do we
this?
hear that from inside? Just a.
Pinky, with your passive perception, well, with both of your passive perceptions, you hear.
I look over at Pinky.
Still,
What was that?
I don't know. I'll open my door and I'll go kind of like. Do I have like a sense of where it was, or am I just turned around?
Not really, especially because like you were in your space, so it's like, you know, discerning point of direction after it like comes into a space and then like it reverbs through whatever material it is. It's a little bit harder to tell.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna walk over to some random point in the wall and be like, poke my head out.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me. D20 for chance, or sure, D100, because we don't get to do those very often.
Kevin's just like so confused on what just happened.
56.
You look out. You don't see them. It's a big arc, and you're like, okay, this is probably not the same spot as to whatever that scream was.
Okay, that's kind of weird. Whoever's trying to get through these vines is gonna find it hard. I'm just gonna put my head back in and walk back towards my.
All right, and what do you and Eli, you just got face planted into painful vines.
I'll admit that was a bad idea.
We can
Do
try.
we want to
again.
try? Do you want to try
Oh
it again?
my
Or do you want to just try to fly over that thing? 'Cause it really hurt.
I didn't.
Let's
feel
just fly
it.
over.
Yeah, do you?
Well,
I can bring you
I
with
was-
Eli, or you and Locke
Yeah,
can
yeah,
maybe
let's-
wait here.
let's go start a carnival chant in the middle of the staff area.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I'll pick him up and fly him over, along with Zarius, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, Zarius. At some point, Locke comes over and he's like, "Okay, they did not want to talk to us." And Zarius is like, "That's okay," and like picks him up and like starts flying him over the hedge without explanation.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys all wind up in the. You guys are all in the staff area at this point. Who am I
My
moving?
goodness,
I'm
this
moving
is so
Locke.
great. So I want to end up like after I go back though, like behind my tent.
I'm chanting carnival as I land. Carnival. Carnival.
Carnival! 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 And Locke is just like,
Party keeps going.
Do I see
Right,
this through
and-
the window?
yeah, you guys see this happening for sure. And there's several goblins, and Thaco runs out, and so does Burley. And there's several people that begin to start restraining the trespassers.
I also left my carnival tent thing open when I left. I didn't close it behind me.
Okay, so yeah, Pinky is outside, just
Behind-
watching this mayhem happen from like behind her tent. And
Just like looking like, I don't want to be associated to this.
I want Pinky to hear in her head now.
All right, I'm gonna eat my invisibility cupcake.
hey, roll. Are you doing this stealthily?
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that there's a big enough distraction and I'm behind my carnival tent that...
Okay, so you eat your cupcake and you go invisible. And the four of you, after a moment, there is such a swarm of people that come and grab you. And Moose, you like lock hands with Burley, and you guys are like struggling for a minute, and then somebody like comes and like tackles you in the legs, and you're like, look. And you eventually all wind up on the ground unless you guys resist.
I would resist because I'd at least want to keep one hand out because I just think that somebody's going to come pull a finger.
Okay, yeah, through all of it, like you're having this wrestling match with Burley. He's like,
That's
what
the
are you
same
doing?
thing.
And it's like, it just, aha! And like he keeps trying to like put it down. And you're like, aha!
Do we see Mr. Witch? Or do I?
After a moment of like you guys are all there's a variety of people, dwarves, elves, goblins, humans, even the Goliath lady with like red hair. There's like a multitude of people like pinning you guys down, and there's shouting and there's cacophony. Hey, what are you doing? What's going on here? Why are you here? This is off limits. And Locke is like, I thought I was supposed to follow them. I'm sorry. And like he's like trying to play it off. It's not going well. Thaco like kind of gets up and is like his like sad clown makeup is like totally smeared just from like bumping into something. And he goes over and he like angrily like walks up to the door and like boom 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 boom. Mr. Light opens the door rather fast. What is all the commotion? What is happening? Explain, Thaco.
Oh.
And Thaco says, your Witchlight monarch has decided to
Keep the carnival going.
that.
Carnival!
And the two of them angrily stomp out of their tent or of their wagon and like plant their feet at about your head. And they're like, well, what are you doing?
If Pinky sees like an opportunity where like they're like really, really distracted, she's gonna try to swipe the piece.
I think Kevis would too. He doesn't know Pinky's there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't know where each other are.
I think we've.
Okay, so you're both going for it?
Yeah.
Okay, roll sleight of hand checks with advantage. Or rather, roll stealth checks with advantage, and then roll sleight of hand checks. Two different behaviors. Nat 20. All right. So because of her speed and everything, Kevis, you start stalking over there, and you feel like a gust of wind right behind you. and like you're eyeing the pocket watch, and it is just suddenly like gone. You don't even see what happens to it. And you look around and doesn't seem like anybody else does either. Do you want to proceed with anything, or are you going to stop?
Like no one noticed it was snatched?
No, nobody noticed anything.
I guess at that point, how close am I to the group that's being pinned?
About 10 feet away. It's kind of like a large, like 30, 40 foot opening with like a dog pile of people in front of you. You're about 10 feet away from Mr. Light, 15 feet away from Mr. Witch, and about 10 feet kind of over to your diagonal left is the group.
Is there anything blocking the entrance to the staff tent to get into the big top?
Yeah, there's a couple of like there's like a hobgoblin who's like standing in the corner and like a little goblin like next to him they just look like they're security, and they're like looking around, like making sure nobody else like comes in and interferes.
Oh, I just muted myself. I have the watch now, like with me. Got the watch.
Are you telling me that, or are you asking Morgan?
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, you have the watch at this point, and you're able to like flit around and like be like you make it all the way to like the back of their wagon.
Okay.
And like you feel extremely confident that nobody's tracked you or anything.
Slightly ashamed that I'm actually good at these skills. Like, what am I doing? I'm gonna lose my job.
Kevin has no clue what's going on. He's just gonna pull out the wooden wand, and he's gonna just have sparks. Actually, he's gonna walk behind one of the wagons, and he's gonna have sparks coming from behind it over the top to get them to look, and let that go off for a little bit, and then he's going to move back towards Pinky's wagon and watch and see if there's an opening.
Or what?
To dart out into the staff tent to get out, because he can't get out because he doesn't know what Pinky is, and he can't get through the vines.
There's no vines leading into the tent that is the middle ground between the staff area and the big top.
Right. No, I'm looking to see if like those guards that are blocking the tent right now are, and instead of sparks, it's going to be the pink tree, because that's what the group agreed on. It'll pop up behind a wagon. And if any moment that those guards move to where Kevis can dart to the tent of the staff tent and just get out, he's going to take it.
Okay. Yep. So you go behind, and as and we'll get to that in a moment. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are standing there. Mr. Light has the vein in his hand still. He says, "What are you doing?"
Want a party, man? You gotta fight for your right.
Yes. You saw the party. It's over. Go home.
Oh, okay. And do we see the tree? Pink?
Not at the moment. This is all kind of happening concurrently. So Kevis has not cast the tree yet. And Eli, what are you saying?
I'm still chanting Carnival. I don't like these guys. Carnival!
Just totally.
I mean, I can be pinned down to the ground, but I'm still just chanting, being as a nuisance as possible.
One of them, like, Thaco comes over and like grabs your head, like drives it into the mud a little bit. And I imagine there's still a chant going.
Yep.
and Locke is like, we still have answers that we need from you. We have plenty of questions that you have not answered yet. That's why we're here. And Mr. Light is like, just says, you are rejected. We have no reason to answer questions from trespassers. Get rid of them. And he points a finger, and they like haul all of you guys up and like start pushing you towards the exits, roughly. And at this point, you guys, kind of in the middle of this conversation, you see it's like a pink cherry blossom type of tree coming out from Kevis's wand. What do you guys do?
Pinky's gonna definitely like hide the pocket watch on her She's gonna stuff it in her seed pouch.
Okay.
Of all the noble, glorious trees that I have seen in this park today, this big tree might be one of the most glorious of all.
How about you, Eli? What you up to?
I'm being manhandled right now, right?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do. I'm just here.
Okay. Sounds good. And Zarius is just like, he's actually having a good time during all of this. He's had so much worse during his like monk training. He's like, this is nothing.
Yeah. I do this for breakfast.
And as he leans, as Locke is like being pushed out of the tent, he says, "Mr. Witch, I have one easy question for you. What time is it?" And Mr. Witch just kind of like rolls his eyes and like pats his pocket and like goes through the very familiar like muscle memory motion of like grabbing his pocket watch and pulling it out, and like he gets all the way to like like the point where he would look down at it before he realizes that it's missing. You see a look of absolute like horror come over his face. Stop! And it's the first time you've seen emotion on Mr. Witch's face. Usually he's just deadpan. Bring them back now! And everybody stops and freezes and kind of turns and begins coming back to you guys.
Pinky, still invisible, is going to fly up onto the top of the owner's cart roof.
Okay.
Vardo. It's called a Vardo. I looked it up.
Nice. Okay, and Zarius and Eli, as you guys are like being led back, you see from like the lower half of Burley's, he's got that pumpkin helmet on, but the lower half, you see his mouth kind of go through its own face journey of like what are you doing? And then like as soon as like he realizes like that Mr. Witch's pocket light is gone, there's a small smile that like creeps up on him, but it vanishes again in an instant, like into worry.
I'll wink at him.
You see like a very subtle nod or like shake of the head, like no. And Mr. Witch looks at you all and Locke. What have you done? What have you all done? Why are you here?
You haven't done anything. We just asked what time it was. Why are you acting weird about it?
Things seem to go lost here real easily.
This is very true.
And you see his face is going into like a contorted rage. Like,
Not very nice when you lose your things, huh?
give it back.
None of you guys know that Pinky has it. You just know that one of us
I
has
don't
it.
have what you're looking for. I'm sorry.
Maybe we can talk this over in a more civilized manner now that we actually have your attention, Locke says to him. And he just glares, and Mr. Light, for the first time that you guys have seen him, like his face is slack and like emotionless, and he's just absolutely still. And
There are
let's see,
other
where-
staff around the area. Could I get like a insight on like there?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check. Where is Locke? There he is. Oh, he's good at these.
Don't know why I tried. Pinky can't read the room for crap.
Yeah. And that's a persuasion attempt at advantage because you guys are holding the item that he needs. He says, "What do you have in mind?" As he's glaring heavily at Locke. Says, "Tell them to take their hands off of us, and we'll go into your wagon, have a conversation. We'll even leave our weapons here. We're not here to do harm to anybody." And he nods briskly over to Burley and to Thaco, and like they come and like gather up all of your weapons. You guys are completely disarmed. Except for the two that are invisible.
Yeah, I'm like, well.
And Thaco like picks up the stone hammer, like, what is this good for? Whatever.
It's like, what?
You can have it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah. So you don't know. Like, and Pinky, with your insight check, there is a variety of faces going on. It's hard to read any of them because like they're all over the place. And your heart is beating in your chest like.
I'm getting fired for this. I'm so getting fired for this.
Right? You were just super worried. And Mr. Witch looks at everybody and says, "Burley, Thaco, escort everyone out of the staff area. Ensure there are no eavesdroppers." And they nod and they begin to like usher everybody out. This way. And he is obviously pissed, and like he's gone into like quiet rage instead of like outright rage. And he like walks into the wagon, and on his way he slaps Mr. Witch in the arm, or Mr. Light in the arm. And he's like, I'm sorry. Come on. And the two go in, and it is a very tight squeeze to get you guys in there. And Moose, you are like hunched significantly. Zarius like pops up on like the bunk bed, and Eli Locke walks in and just like stands. Eli, this is a very spacious bunk for you. Plenty of room here, if there weren't giants in it. And
So,
you guys get in there. Mr. Witch looks at you and says, "Speak."
Something. No. What were we asking him again? Why? What was all of this for? I don't remember, Moose.
Oh, great.
We went into the Prismere.
Oh yeah, that's right. How did we get into the first beer?
Why do you want to go to the Prismere?
Get our
looking
stuff.
We're looking for what we lost, just like you are.
And the two of them look at each other, rather shaken. Everybody in the room. Well, I'll just keep it with you two because you're the ones that are actually here in the room. So Moose and Eli, roll an insight check.
I just want to point out too, Kevis is, after saying that, he's moved to the wagon not in it, but he's next to it, just listening.
Yeah, Pinky's on top of this wagon with her ear pressed right against it.
I have no clue Pinky's in front of me.
They do close the door.
Right above me.
Okay. Eli, you figure that they both look scared and kind of hopeful at the same time.
Is it when I mentioned that you love what? Why are you scared? What's wrong?
And you see them both kind of deflate. There's something going on with the Prismere that is out of our control. And it has forced our hands to overlook certain discrepancies to normal carnival behavior. Are you sure we should be telling them? We
Tell
don't
us.
have a choice. They have the watch. Without the watch, the carnival can't function. Without the carnival functioning, then we're through.
We can always break the watch. It's
not as easy of a task as you might think.
Can I smash something just to intimidate him?
Sure. What are you smashing?
Is there any glass, anything near me? A bottle?
Not so much glass. It's mostly like wood and stuff. There is like a glass, like a drinking glass on the kind of table.
Is there a picture hanging on the wall?
No picture frames in here.
Damn it! I'll smash the glass.
Okay. Roll. Okay, so you grab it, and what are you doing with it?
I'm gonna huck it across the Bardo, see if I can smash it against the wall and say, "Tell us how to get in."
Roll an intimidation check. Also, the DC is a little bit higher because of your size and because of the lack of space in here. It's less like a and more of a kind of motion. Okay. 17. Okay. Mr. Witch is shaken, and Mr. Light kind of just rolls his eyes. Theatrics. But Mr. Witch looks like he wasn't expecting it. It was like, look.
So
something wrong is happening in the Prismere. We have to abide by certain rules for the moment.
I don't understand. We don't have to abide.
You might not, but we do. The look. Something is wrong with Zybilna, the benefactor of the carnival. She resides on the land in the realm of the Prismere. And yes, there is an entrance here at the carnival. We, in our positions, we are powerless to do anything about it. It's not something that we enjoy. It was thrust upon us, and we have no choice. Where is the watch?
Is the entrance? You said somewhere in the carnival. Where is it?
We will take you there.
Bet. You know, I'll walk out. Can I walk outside without them trying to kill me?
You walk outside, and standing at the entrance to the staff area are Burlo and Thaki, or
Fine.
Burley and Thako. Both of them are just staring hard at you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just yell, Pinky!
Pinky? What does Pinky have to do with this?
Y'all say, Pinky!
I want to put my hand on
How are you?
Eli if he walked out and just
Yo, what the fuck?
just chill. It's
She's
Kevis.
dead silent. She's just like the child who got their hand like caught in a cookie jar or something.
I want
Okay.
Kevis to be like, just do your mind speaking thing. What is going
Before
on?
he yells this.
Like as soon as he walks out.
Okay, so telepathy. Short. I don't do really long telepathy. I can't do like it's not telepathy.
Yeah.
I'll just like
So it's yeah.
I'll just say
Like on a recharge.
No, it's just
you can only say like a word or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I can make you hear like one or two words.
I will just say, are we leaving?
Wait, are you uninvisible now? Or
No, I'm still invisible.
No. Technically, need Pinky.
At that point, I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
So I'm just sticking to Eli.
So Eli walks out and yells, Pinky! And Kevis is like trying to be incognito, but it's not working too well.
I have no idea. They're just an invisible point.
What? I can't find your watch. I don't know where it's at. I'm sorry. But maybe you can help us find our things anyways.
Lead the way, Mr. Witch, Locke says, and like, all right. If you do not return the watch, we will bring the entire force of the carnival upon you.
I just grab Eli's shoulder and squeeze.
Let's go.
Right this way.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Pinky's going to fly after them. She is not walking. Oh, she.
Okay. Pinky and Kevis, roll a stealth check.
Fuck.
At advantage if you guys are trying not to be seen or anything.
Yeah. So.
Okay, 21. And 16. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. They escort you guys out of the big top. They continue. There's like a kind of a sea of staff members that are like sitting there waiting to see like what's happening. They're just like, everything is fine. Go back to work. Close it down. We've got another long day ahead of us tomorrow. They're dismissing them, telling them to go back to their work. And they take you. And actually, as you guys step out, Pinky.
Yeah.
There's a familiar figure that you see that you are not happy to see.
What?
In the middle of the crowd, those that are like bustling and starting to get away, there's a tiny frog-like creature who is completely motionless as everyone is walking by them.
Oh. And we have to go right by them?
It's a ways off. But you see it's standing in the you see it just staring straight at you. There's so much motion and movement, and it is silent, small, unmoving. It is an exact contrast to what you see around you.
Oh. He's just like... Do I have like a general sense of where they're leading us to?
Well, you see that as you come out.
Oh,
It's that froggy-like creature in there, and then you look to your left. And you see a shadow. Same thing, completely still. And to your right, as you turn towards the Hall of Illusions, you see a piggy-faced, gray-skinned girl with a lollipop dangling at her side.
Oh, this is like straight from like Pinky's horror. Straight from a horror movie.
You notice that all three of them are stopped and staring straight at you. One to the left, one straight ahead, and one to the right. And as you look from one to the other, and you look back, the frog is gone. You look to the left, shadow is gone. You look to the right, and the pig girl is gone as well.
Highly, highly disturbed by this. I'm going to hitch a ride on Bane's back.
Bane, all of a sudden you feel like a weight land on you. Not very much, it's like 20 pounds or so, but still strange.
It's me.
Huh?
Keep walking.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely
Alright.
terrified.
All right, and they take you to the Hall of Illusions. And as they come up, Candlefoot is kind of like, putting the sign out, closing the drapes, turning off the magical lights that are lighting up this place. And he turns and he sees everybody. He's like, "Oh, hi, bosses. What's going?
Punch him.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?" And Mr. Light looks at him and says, "It's time, Candlefoot. Move aside. Everything will be fine." And he looks at you and like all and says, "Good luck. You're going to need it." And he rushes off towards the staff area, kind of in the direction of Palash's show zone. You guys enter into the Hall of Illusions with them, and they walk through, and you see the mirrors that you experienced previously. The mirrors that show you at different ages of your life. And you pass by the ones that make you young. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light both come off as grumpy, dark, and gray and kind of gloomy Shadar-kai elf children. And you guys see the progression of ages that you saw previously. Current down to up, back to old, down to back to young. And they come into one particular room with a large mirror on a silvered stand with some filigree on top. You saw it before, and it was the one at the end of the procession that looked fairly normal. And they address you in a hushed tone. Everything you seek and more lies beyond the mirror. If you mean to step through, then stand in front of the glass and repeat this rhyme. Hither, thither, here and there, wander, yonder, show me where. Who's first?
How do we get back?
You don't. This is a one-way portal. You'll have to find your own way back afterwards.
Yeah, I'll do it.
No. Pinky is not moving, and she's like latched on tight to Bane. Like piggyback on the shoulders.
Like nails digging in.
Yeah.
Oh, they returned all your weapons on the way out, by the way. You guys are not still disarmed.
Guys, you're going in without weapons. Good luck.
It's like you'll need your equipment when you enter. The Prismeer can be a very fickle and dangerous space. There are things in here that they're not quite as they seem. You will have to be smart about what it is you do there. The land is broken. Proceed. So Eli, you go up to the mirror.
Yeah.
You go up and you notice that there is an hourglass, embedded in the filigree of the metal on top of the mirror itself, and partly full, partly dropped into the bottom. Do you repeat the rhyme?
I will repeat the rhyme. Hither, thither. The rest of whatever the fuck you said.
In there, wander yonder, show me where.
Yeah. That's it. Yep. And as you do, the mirror goes with a kind of a blue and white rimmed magical sphere with like swirling energies that suck into the center.
I jump into it hard.
You jump into it, and as soon as you touch it, you feel an incredibly strong pulling force. Like something is trying to take your body and turn it into taffy. And you yank through, and you feel this twisting sensation. You get incredibly disoriented. You're not sure what way is up, down, sideways, left, right, nothing like that. And you are just lost in a spinning sensation.
Well, Tuesday.
As soon as Eli does it, Kevis just books it to it.
Okay. Kevis goes. And they notice like when you enter into it goes, and like, what was that?
Oh wait, I can go in there with the one.
And he looks at you, Moose and Locke. What just went in?
I don't know.
And Locke at this point says, "It was one of our group. They didn't want to be seen."
Might have.
And Locke goes over and says, "Thank you. We will try to set this right, retrieve our things, and put the carnival back to what it is supposed to be." And he jumps through. Zarius is like, "I'm good," and like flies through. The same stretching, sucking sensation goes on for all of you. And then Moose, you were the last one.
I'm still like latched on tight to his head.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Witch says,
Yeah.
"Mind the rule of 3. Future, present, past. Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last."
And free the what?
Free the dormant queen at last.
Okay. So glad Pinky latched on to Bane because she would not be going into this thing willingly. Into
What
this
if,
near place.
Your watch may have gone in there already. I don't know. Is that a problem?
Not at all.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Good luck. Now go. And Mr. Light kind of like swats you on the butt with the vein. Get on, go!
Okay, but I don't have all my stuff. My barge, I think, has most of my stuff with me, but that's fine. And
Yeah,
I
no.
say, hither, tither, here and there, wonder yonder, show me where, and I jump through backwards.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You
Going
jump
through
through
it.
backwards and you feel something collide with your head. Like a hard metal object. Ow! And the watch jumps out of the portal, like as you're like falling away. As you enter into the portal, the watch is pushed back into the Hall of Illusions, out of Pinky's satchel, out of her grasp, and it lands and it kind of rolls around for a moment, and like it opens, and it's not a timepiece. It's like several different spheres are rotating and twisting, and several different things are happening all at once inside of it. It's not just a simple like clock face with 3 hands or anything. It is a complicated mechanism that is forcing several different things to happen all at once, and you're not even sure how you could put that many mechanics into a single piece of machinery that is that small. You guys are all swept into the darkness, blue and purples and yellows and greens, all the colors of the Witchlight Carnival spinning around you, and you have absolutely no idea where your sense of balance is or your sense of direction. All your senses are essentially numbed out for several moments till you spill out, tumbling to the ground. It is hard, cold, slightly damp stone. You all fall onto it. And you look up.
Are we?
And the sky is dark. The air is no longer filled with sounds of music and joviality and bird calls of summer. Instead, you hear insects, croaks, far off caws and bleeding of various animals. There's a symphony of frog calls and chirping of bugs. And that's where we will take our break.
Oh, that was so freaking creepy. Oh my gosh. Why'd you have them all look at me like that? Ah.
For this exact reason.
Now she's gonna be super paranoid and freaked out the entire time. Ugh.
Excellent. The rest of the campaign, Pinky is a scaredy cat.
Some
All right.
pig-faced girl chasing you around.
Yep.
And then, yeah, who were the other ones? There was a frog and
A shadow.
Like a frog type person and like this creepy shadow.
oh yeah,
What did you bring with you, Pinky?
What?
What did you bring with you?
not to watch.
Just my past.
Also, Morgan, side question: when we walked past those mirrors, and it
We're
showed,
visible?
yeah. Could we see ourselves, like specifically for Kevis, the one as a child?
You could see yourself, yeah, but you didn't see Pinky.
Okay.
Okay, so only
Question.
Pinky could see Pinky.
Just out of curiosity, which version of child did Kevis see?
He saw your horns are still present because it's a progression of age.
Right. Okay.
Your horns are still present and the hard, serious look on your face is still there. Up until a certain point, and then it flips. And your expression is lighter.
Okay.
Softer, less worried.
Okay.
And then it goes back up and you regain the horns.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And we will take a break there. We'll come back in about 15 minutes, guys.
But while we do wait, congratulations, guys. You have now made it into the Prismere, and you all level up. Mm-hmm. Oh, this will be interesting.
Yes, it will be interesting.
I'm gonna ping Jason and Duke.
I'm back-ish. I'm working on being back, and I did hear what you just said about leveling up.
Okay, sounds good. If you guys like, we can take a few minutes to level up here, and I'm available if you have any questions or anything.
Leveling up is always a little tricky sometimes. With a new
Yeah.
character.
Right? Absolutely. Okay, so you guys finally made it out of the carnival. You excited to see what happens in the fairylands?
No.
Yes.
Pinky's
Come on.
already had enough of the fairylands. She's
Come on, Pinky, home sweet home or something.
yeah, home sweet home. Yeah, home sweet home, Pinky.
Out of curiosity, when we level up, do we heal with the hit points we gain, or do we heal completely?
That's an interesting point. Usually level ups.
Jesus.
I'd say that whatever health you're missing now, you were still missing after your level up. You'll get them back. You'll get it back on a long rest.
Why did you? Oh, right.
I've taken quite a bit of damage, actually.
Wait, what happened to you?
I got punched, and I've been thrown into some vines, okay?
Oh yeah.
You're like, What happened to you? He's like, nothing, as there's like a giant thorn sticking out his cheek.
I actually get
Bane-
spells now.
Bane's a little beat up too. He's at it rough. Somebody told the dead on him. I don't know if you guys remember that, but
You just got a headache. What are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, I just had a hangover, a really
Yeah.
bad hangover.
And I fixed it. What are you talking about? I fixed that.
Currently, have 5 of my possible
I gave-
12 hit points.
I gave you 10.
Wonder how I got down to 3 again.
Don't know. I gave you 10 in our next fight. I gave you 10. I do remember that.
Yeah, I do remember you healing me too.
Yeah, this will be fun. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to choose spells or anything for these guys, but I am going to level up Locke and Zarius. Just because whatever they get from their level 2 stuff still applies.
You guys will love this.
Get my cunning action, therefore I can run as fast as I can.
Yes.
Right out of the Prismere.
It's fine, Pinky. Nothing bad's going to happen to you here. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Are we still invisible? Has this worn off yet?
You are still invisible, yeah.
Shit.
Those with spells have a much longer level up process than those without.
Yeah, Pinky's just like, so guys, you ready to go exploring?
And there's me who gets spells, and I'm not meant to have them.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Rangers are a quartercaster class.
I'm just weird.
I thought they were half casters, no?
Mm-mm. Quartercasters, unfortunately. I wish they were full. I wish they were half casters. All right, is everybody ready to go?
Do you have to for the hit points? Does it automatically?
It depends on what you set. If you're like editing your character and you go to the very first tab, if you've set fixed hit points, then it's automatic. If you did manual, then you have to roll.
Okay, it's okay. I don't have to worry about it. It's fixed.
Okay, cool. All right. So you guys all tumble out of the portal, a little bit into a heap of bodies, all together, and you find yourself standing at the edge of a raised but broken causeway, with a hazy twilight sky. The causeway is built from pale stones that have a light glow that comes from within, and it towers over the landscape. Over to your left is thick, deep, intense fog and mist that you can't see through at all. Over to your right, you see a very fog-shrouded swamp below you, only able to see patches here and there as the mist begins to weave its way in and out. And you're not sure necessarily of what the surroundings are, other than like you can see it is fog. You hear the sounds I described before. You hear water. You smell rotting, putrid plants. and a few bird songs, among other things. All right. So, guys, welcome to the Prismere. And out and about, you see the further off that you look, the deeper the mist and the fog is, and it's harder to tell what's out there. But you do notice a few things. There are geysers of water that erupt occasionally throughout the mist. Like you'll see like a misty covering, and you'll see, and the mist kind of spreads for a little bit, and then sinks back in. You see several, and you guys are raised up about 100 feet or so. A little bit hard to tell with the density of the fog, like as you look over the side of the bridge. But you look a little bit further down, and the causeway that you're on is broken, and there's a massive gap between the next section of the causeway. You occasionally see rivers, trees, all kind of mangled and murky. You occasionally get glimpses of patches of water that are filthy and hard to see through. All right, and what do you guys do?
Kevis just kind of takes it all in. Still invisible, just kind of looking around. Nothing said. Just staring.
So did we get the watch? Can we look at the watch?
The watch stayed.
I know. Oh, I know that, but Eli has no fucking idea about the watch.
Yeah, I'll explain what happened because I saw it because I jumped backwards through the mirror, so I would have seen it fall out in front of me.
That's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why is it so? Oh, what have you done to this? Oh my goodness.
Hey, Kevis can only see
I've
the
modified the fog a little bit. Oh, did it just disappear for everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was like, I
let's go
can't
back.
see anything.
I have a mod on this that can give me some weather effects, but it's a little temperamental, and I don't think it's supposed to be used on a map this big. So we're improvising.
Cool. So now that we're here, supposed to be looking for three bitches, right? Three people who stole our three people who stole all of our things, and we have no idea. We have no idea where they're at.
One of them is in a forest.
One of
Okay.
them is in a stone castle, stone building.
Yeah, but we don't know where those
Nope.
specifically. So I have an idea. Let's get off this fucking bridge.
It seems a lot safer. I'm talking and I'm invisible. It seems a lot safer on this bridge than
Who said
me.
that? She had my head. I only thought only I could do that.
I want to walk up to Eli, not say anything, and just pat him on the head and walk by.
Ah! No, I don't like this. I don't like this place. Let's go back. I'm being touched.
Me.
You look back, and like the portal that was there a moment ago it's gone, vanished.
We're kind of stuck here.
Moose, there's ghosts here. I don't know if you could tell yet, but there's somebody talking and somebody touching me. I don't like it.
I've still got my entire body wrapped around Moose's head. Like a child just piggybacking on the shoulders.
It's all confusing to me, really.
Anyways.
I would say we follow this bridge.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see where this goes. Sure. I'm fine with that. I don't like it, but yeah, let's do it.
You guys look off in the distance, and you can actually roll a perception check, whoever's trying to work the bridge.
Pinky's busy dealing with other problems.
Like her own ensuing panic.
I
Yeah.
think Kevis would also be checking, just not saying anything. He's just looking.
Okay, so you guys, Kevis, you're just kind of taking it in, keeping an eye out. Moose mentions the bridge. You look out for it. You can see that, like, miles down the way, the bridge is broken and, like, falls off. But it's not close. It is quite far.
And if I look over the side, how far of a drop?
It's a little bit hard to tell because of the mist, but you gauge about 100 feet or so, maybe 80. But you do see, with that perception check, you see that the bridge has handholds, little cutouts, scaling down one of these legs of the bridge that's suspended up. And there are also large shelf-like mushrooms that lead all the way down to the bottom. Varying sizes, they too glow with a little bit, kind of a sickly green color.
So after that, and after watching the group and just remaining silent for a while, he'll finally just kind of speak up. Looks like we can climb our way down for those that can't fly. It looks like they have handholds that we can use to get down, and then it looks like there's mushrooms. So I think we can get down from there. I don't think we want to follow the bridge. I'm saying this over the top of you, Eli.
I don't. Jesus Christ, this place is creepy. I don't trust myself climbing a damn thing. Let's just be clear.
I mean,
I would.
you could be carried, maybe. I can't carry you. Somebody maybe can.
Yeah,
I
mean,
could probably clear
once
you
again,
down.
that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Can we please drop the stealth thing, the invisibility? It's freaking me the fuck out.
I feel safer like this.
Pat him on the head again.
I don't like this.
I think you should just stay like that.
Okay, this is great.
I'm just gonna stay up here wrapped around Bane.
Maybe you can help lift Eli down here with me. And
Me?
Yeah.
I am not that heavy. Just because you can't throw me doesn't mean that I'm heavy.
Oh, damn! And then Pinky's like, wait, you tried to throw him? And you failed?
Oh. Yeah,
I was going to throw him over the bushes, but he didn't make it. I think it's his chainmail that weighed him down.
Is that why you got some thorns on you right now?
I mean, it's part of the reason, yes. Yeah. It was all his idea.
Insight check.
Okay. What? I guess
Roll your insight. Yep, and then roll persuasion or deception.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, you can easily tell that I'm fucking lying.
I just want to look at him and be like, and then look at Moose, and I was like, sure it was.
The invisible guy rolls his eyes at you.
So, flying down?
Preferably.
Well, I'm gonna fly.
There's a
Definitely.
problem.
Definitely.
There are
What is it?
3 people here that can fly. 2 can carry. One cannot. There are 3 of us that cannot fly.
So you
Who are
climb.
you saying I can't carry?
and Zarius like lifts up and like starts flying in the air, like kind of swirling around the mushrooms and stuff. He's kind of gone. He's just like waiting for you guys in the air.
So now we have 2 people that need to climb down.
Okay.
Can I test lift?
That sounds like we've got enough. And I lift up Eli and carry him down.
This entire time, Kevin's like,
you're
Taking the lightest person.
you're able to do so pretty well. Pretty easy. As you guys like are in the air and like starting to descend, you hear kind of some actually Pinky. Who else says it? Yeah, Pinky, you kind of hear and see something off in the distance. Control it! No! I don't know what's happening! No! And you kind of look over and you see this strange contraption. It's like a stitched together thing with ropes below it and some sort of box. It seems to be flying through the air. Like you're well versed in balloons, being a carnival worker. It's like a balloon with a box attached underneath it. And it doesn't seem to be doing too well. It is spiraling and zigging and zagging, and then it kind of, you see it go into the mist with a, and very distantly you hear some sort of crash.
Hey
And
guys.
you see it crashed near this rather ornate, kind of decorative, blue-topped, white bricked spire that is leaning out at a crooked angle.
I think something crashed down there. I think we should go check it out, you know?
There might be some bodies.
I think somebody could use some help, and well, I'm creeped out, so just gonna latch on to Kevis now, cause Bane
you
is
can't
gone.
see me.
Oh wait, you're right. You're invisible. Lock. Latching on to lock.
What, Pinky? Why? Get off!
No, just
Off!
I'm
I am
invisible
not.
too.
I am not climbing with you standing on top of me. You can fly. You get down yourself.
Kevin
I
starts
don't want to
laughing.
be alone.
So go meet up with Bane.
He's already down there.
Yeah, so go hug him down there.
I'm gonna go down. How far is Bane from me?
Why
can't
don't
see
you
him.
send,
It's misty.
before you go down, I yell, why don't you send Bane up to, pick up those that can't fly?
Do you want to explain that to him?
Who said that?
Locke.
I said that to Pinky.
Oh, okay.
As
I mean, Locke's probably right next to us too, though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's like, this doesn't look too hard. I'm gonna start. And he like kind of switches over the edge, and like the footholds are like well carved,
oh,
and he's able to start descending. No problem, really.
if I see that, then Kevis would do it.
Yeah, and he like lands on a mushroom, and like there's a point where he's to drop a few feet, and it's kind of a springy, squishy mushroom, a little bit like walking on a trampoline. And takes you guys about 5-10 minutes, but you're able to get down there just fine.
Just been having a fucking party down here waiting for him.
When I get down there, I'm gonna go over and pat Eli on the head again.
Quit fucking touching me.
Wait, are you guys
hate
down
this
or
place.
do I need a? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we would climb
they're
down.
able to get down. You guys come down and like at the last little bit, you drop down and jump, and your boots hit the water, and like it's kind of a squelchy, squishy, sticky bottom. Of like common of like stagnant water and muddy type areas. It's a little bit gluey and like that does not smell great. Smells like basically smells like a rotten bowl of salad. And you're like, ugh. So you kind of get yourselves over to land, start to kind of like shake out your boots. As you get over, what are you guys doing?
This flying is great, huh?
Yeah, guys, why don't you have a pair of wings?
I wanna whatever residue
do.
is left from my boots. I wanna wipe it off. Walk over to Eli, pat him on the shoulder.
Alright, that's it. I'm done. I give up. If you're gonna haunt me, at least possess me.
I wanna look down and be like, "It's me. Chill."
Alright, me. You're a voice.
You just hear a big sigh, and you hear footsteps walking away from you. Hey, can I
Alright,
just-
so what are you guys doing as you get down?
Pinky's not touching the ground here. No, she's flying straight up. She's hovering. She's not touching the ground.
Is
Better
it,
yet.
Yeah, I probably would be hovering also. No reason to get my boots muddy.
All
So
those
just
flyers are too good for dirty ground.
Also, just to clear, are your servants here, or are they still back at the carnival?
They had some business to do, so they've got most of my stuff. But I do have this, and I pull out my balloon animal.
That's very cool.
Yeah, this is really cool too. I thought. Yeah, so there was another balloon out here or something, right?
Pinky told us that.
Yes, there was
That's
a
Pinky.
balloon.
Okay.
I just realized I had pixie dust.
Where did the balloon go, Pixie?
Pixie.
Pixie.
Excuse
Pinky. I don't know, they're pretty much the same thing.
They're not. They're not the same at all.
You are a pixie, are you not?
I'm not a pixie. I'm a fairy.
What's the difference?
They're small. I'm bigger than them.
I'm
Good for
picturing
you.
Eli just talking into the distance.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm not. Where did the balloon go?
Over, pointing to the direction I saw the balloon last.
Sure, it's kind of in like a southeasterly direction from you.
Over that way, I think. But
Oh, okay. I say we go over that way, I think.
guys, just know that from my experience in these lands, be very, very, very careful. Very, very,
You know-
very careful.
You know, you said be careful in the carnival with all those extra figures and stuff too, and nothing bad happened there, right? Right? Yeah. No, nothing bad
Yep.
happened there. We'll be fine.
There's a problem. Plan B.
Oh no.
So does Plan B forever just mean like we're gonna beat it up
Yeah.
Pretty
and
much.
take hostages?
Yeah.
Eva's just shaking his head. No one sees it. He's just shaking his head in disappointment.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna die.
All right, so you guys do you start moving?
Yes, I want to start moving towards that way, I think.
Okay, sounds good. You guys begin to move, and the water is high. It's about on the places where it's not direct land. You find a couple of patches where you think it's about 5 feet deep or so. And there's oftentimes where your shoes are making sticky, muddy squelches in the mud below you, and there's tangled mangroves that grow out of pools of water that have like bubbles coming up from them in various areas. It's half covered by thick fog, purple mushrooms clinging to the tops of rotten logs and foliage as you go through. Different types of mushrooms grow straight out of the mud. And there's crickets and fireflies and things in the mist that make the mist glow even brighter. And and every once in a while you see you hear and see a scenario where you're watching a firefly and you hear a bzzz, and the firefly light vanishes. And as you kind of look around you, at some point you step around kind of like this bush and you see a giant crane, a very long, slender bird with long, delicate feathers and a bendy neck with a spear-like beak. You hear it, and it kind of flaps its wings and scutters up a bunch of debris around you and flies off. And from the direction that the bird flew off, you start to hear voices kind of coming your way. They are marching, singing a song, it sounds like. That grows louder and louder, and eventually you start to see a few figures coming out of the fog. 6 rabbit-like people, along with what appears to be a giant snail. And they're all singing, chanting the same kind of rhythm over and over. With sticks and bones, we'll break your nose, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes, but none among us can compare to one wily, swift, and stand-up hare. Scarf that's glorious, thief notorious, his deeds are truly meritorious. With a wink and a grin, he'll show you his cunning, a flash of his scarf and he'll take off running, quick as a bolt, his long scarf trailing. Gasping, grasping, you'll end up flailing. You'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer, thanks to Agden Longscarf, brigand prince of Prismeer. And they're just like over and over, and it's just six of them voices over, repeated. And it's that sound is coming closer and closer to you.
I would like to start a slow clap.
Slow clap.
How much longer do we have on the invisibility?
About 10 minutes by this point. And it kind of come out of the mist. There's a portion of the mist that just kind of like fades away. And you see 4 rabbit-like creatures all staring at you, kind of daggers. And they look at you and they, "Hey! Who goes there?"
You talking to me?
"Yeah. Who are you?"
Talking to me?
You talking to me? No. I'm Eli. Who are you?
"Jesse.
Jesse? Is that what you said?
My name is Jesse."
Well,
"All right, Eli.
Jesse.
Nice to meet you." And
Yeah, that was
he holds out a club. Says, "All right, Eli. This is a robbery. If you resist, we'll beat you black and blue."
That escalated quickly.
Plan B.
Plan B, yeah. Floor game.
Wait,
Assemble.
whoa! I want to see. Does there seem like there's a leader to them?
We see
Uh,
4 rabbits, right?
Yeah,
Who
you see 6 rabbits. 4 of them have weapons drawn, like kind of like pointed or like ready in your direction. The other 2 have like a couple of whips that they like have been like whipping at the snail like as a pack animal. You see it's like heavily burdened with several different types of satchels that look to be full up of various things.
Kevis is just kind of in the bushes after he starts to see this, just waiting to see what happens.
And there's a female rabbit that comes over and like smacks Jesse upside the head. Shut up! Why are you talking? You're not in charge. I'm Jebek. I'm the leader of this troop. You will all surrender to us a feeling of delight from the best memory you have ever had. If you don't, we will beat you to the muck. What say you?
Does
Can
anyone
I,
care about their memories? Hold on a second.
Can I
Just time
pickpocket
out.
this person?
What are you trying to pickpocket?
Whatever seems the most personal item to them.
Roll an insight check to determine that.
Okay. I'm gonna use my potion of advantage now.
Okay.
Because I really want to get something good.
Also about to run out.
Yeah, and it's also
Nine-
about to run out.
Okay, 19. You see that, and as she is talking about the like surrendering a memory, you're like, that's a weird thing to demand in like a robbery. And as she does, she kind of like juts her hand forward, and she's got this kind of a hardened gourd with a golden stopper on top of it. So like that's kind of an interesting item.
Now, hear me out. I have the Witchlight wine. Can I swap the two?
Roll a sleight of hand check to see how you do. And also roll a stealth check.
I'm still invisible, so do I have advantage on my stealth?
You do. And you have advantage on the sleight of hand check.
Okay, well, let me roll that again. So there's my stealth.
My God.
Let me just roll my sleight of hand.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Like the game.
So that's a nat 20 for my stealth and a 25 for my sleight of hand.
Okay. So you pull out your Witchlight wine and you blitz past and there's this like strong breeze for just a second, and like she kind of like covers her like her hair or one of her ears like flopped in front of her face, and she pulls it back. She looks around and she's like, and she's looking at Eli like, I demand you give me one of your memories, your most precious memory of delight.
I don't understand. How do I give you a memory?
Come here and I'll show you.
I don't trust that. No, absolutely not. You can.
You come over here and put your hand on this golden stopper. And she kind of looks at it, and she's touching like a corked bottle of wine. Instead, she says, and she drops it. And it kind of like it hits into the it hits the mud and just kind of sinks a little bit like.
I'll ask again.
What?
How am I supposed to give you a memory?
Stop! Jesse, what'd you do with it? I'm like, what are you talking about? You just had it. And the other rabbits start to panic and giggle and like, oh my gosh, she lost it! She lost it! Magnum's gonna be so mad. Like, shut up, you! And she points at Eli.
Standing right here this entire time. How do you expect me to have taken this thing that takes memories? Hold on a second. No.
There was some wind. You have some sort of weird stealing wind magic that does not follow one of the laws.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Me, a 3.5 foot tall, chubby goblinoid with scale mail, rushed over there and stole that from you. You're 100% correct. Yeah, no, that's stupid. Are we done here? I mean, what's going on?
Things are not always what they seem in the prison air.
Oh, okay,
you
cool.
could be something entirely different than the way you appear.
So could you.
So could you, yeah.
Yes.
Also, that wine bottle, in theory, could be what you're looking for. It's not what it appears. You can just...
You gaslight? It's obviously the correct answer.
Travis is just
I don't know what you're
oh my
talking
god.
Kid, this tree is like right there, right?
Yeah.
Pinky's like is now in this tree. Well, this conversation
With
she's,
you
like,
being
flying
above
up
me.
into the tree.
Sounds good. I was like, that's it! Boys, get him! Take it back! And I'd like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Pinky just might have caused this fight. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I rolled too early.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to do something first. Don't
That's
roll
good.
yet.
Good.
Bane, no!
Yep. Yeah. So I feel like I should tell you guys this. Every encounter in this adventure has the opportunity to be solved without combat.
Really?
Wait,
really?
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure we tried,
We
the
tried, and you tried to
non-combat
put me
way
to sleep.
before.
Yeah. Right. Like your tactics were non-threatening at all. No.
If we're trying to avoid... Also, if we should try to avoid combat, maybe me and Moose shouldn't be talking to these people. We are not the ones to... to avoid conflicts.
You started clapping for him. You gave us away.
Absolutely. I'm a dick. That's what I'm saying.
Are we?
Moose is like Plan B. Right
Morgan,
away.
do you want us to re-roll me and?
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll, guys. I've got the combat up now.
Aw.
Oh, oh, Pinky.
How did a snail get a zero? Never mind.
He may or may not have rolled a natural 1.
Yep, it has a negative.
He just doesn't get a turn.
He's just gonna sit there.
And he has -1 modifier to his initiative.
It's iconic right there.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, and sorry guys, I forgot to get us some battle music.
The one who gas fighted this fight is going first.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean...
Okay, and I'll roll for Locke, I'll roll for Zarius. Moose, you got a 1 previously?
I did.
Alright.
And I could re-roll it, but
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll it because I forgot.
Morgan, is Pinky and I still invisible when this kicks off?
that's a lot better.
Yep,
Okay.
that's true. That is correct. Okay. Alright, so the top of the fight is Eli.
Yeah, I'm running right at these rabbits here. That's my 20 feet of movement. That's all of my movement.
Nice.
And then I would like to utter a few words in their face and cast Word of Radiance.
Okay, what does Word of Radiance do?
Word of Radiance. Word of Radiance. Can I do that? There we go. So they must make a Constitution saving throw with a DC of 13,
Okay.
or they take
Gotcha.
1d6 damage.
Okay. So let me see here. Did you mark off your spell slot already?
I am using this is a cantrip.
This is a cantrip. Oh, okay.
This is a cantrip. This is a cantrip.
Okay, let me see here. Oh, what's the range on this thing?
5 feet. So it's just these two in front of me.
Okay, this is weird.
This one and this one.
Sure. I'm gonna try to modify something real quick.
Okay.
Oh, it's got it. Oh, I know why it is. Okay, okay. So I'm going to see if I can place measured template. So actually, it's 5 feet in every direction of you, which includes. Yeah, we'll just do it there.
Oh,
That's a little much.
I didn't realize that. Hold on a second. So
Yeah, hold on. No, so sorry, that's wrong. Now we're getting into some of the mechanics of like what Foundry can do.
Right.
And it's saying a 15-foot cube. That's actually incorrect. I'm gonna modify those details.
It's just any creature within 5 feet. I have to make a saving throw.
Right, but it should be
Yeah.
the shape of it would be essentially a 15-foot sphere around you. Because including your 5-foot space, then 5 feet on both sides.
Right. Yeah.
So let's try that again. That one's probably gonna work better. Sorry, first combat, new combat, who dis?
Am I going to catch the snail in this? I didn't realize this, but does that mean I'm catching the snail as well?
No, I don't know, probably not.
Okay, I didn't think so. So that's okay. We're gonna keep going with that.
Okay, there's measured templates. Yeah, this thing is weird. Okay, sorry. It's saying if, okay, I think a 5-foot sphere is what we need. As I keep messing with it. Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Yeah, that specifically.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So they need to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so Constitution. Yeah, that guy on the left gets a 6. Guy on the right, he will get an 18. Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage for the guy on the left. Little Eli runs out, and he starts to glow. 1d6 plus 1d6?
I did not mean to do that. It's just 3. Sorry, it's just 3.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Okay, so he takes 3 radiant damage.
And then, as a bonus action, I would like to use my pact slot to cast Hex on the slug.
Okay. Hex on the slug. Sounds good. I'm just gonna mark it with a weirdly.
Awesome. That ends my turn.
Okay, next up is the one that did not get blinded by you, or did not get blasted. Okay, he's gonna bring up his club and like go for a smack on you, Eli.
Sure.
Okay, so he's going to try to hit you.
And that will be a 10 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. All right. Oh, begin combat. Let's do that. Okay, next one is the guy in the back. He's going to take his sling and he's going to throw it. He's going to try to hit you, Eli, because you're basically the only one in range at the moment.
Correct.
Okay, that'll be a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. All right. The next one, he's doing the same thing. That'll be a 22 to hit.
Barely hits.
Yep. All right, and he's gonna scooch his way over here. He's gonna go here. All right, and so that'll hit for 6 damage. Comes in 1d4 plus 3, so smacks you in the side of the face.
Gotcha.
All right, next up is the one that you did damage, and he's gonna go for a club attack on you as well.
Okay.
Go for an 18 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. 18. The damage on that will be 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Now it is Locke's turn. Does anybody feel like playing Locke? I think it's more interesting if you guys run the substitutes than if it's me just doing NPC versus NPC.
He's a sorcerer, ain't he? I can run him.
Yep, he's a sorc.
I could try it since I'm running another sorcerer.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be a better idea. I can play Zarius, so you don't have to, Morgan.
Okay. Yeah, who wants to run Locke, and then Zarius is up next. Oh, technically it would be Zarius first because he's got a higher dex and he tied with Locke on initiative.
Oh God. Okay. Jesus. His movement.
You guys didn't look at everybody else's character sheets yet? They're ridiculous.
No.
Everybody's character sheets are ridiculous.
Mhm.
They're all,
What do you mean they're ridiculous?
they're ridiculous.
Oh, I can't move his token, Morgan.
Oh,
That's-
yep. Let me give
that's-
you ownership of that. Zarius. Configure permissions and alpha. Okay, you're good. And then I'll give you control of Locke. There, Al or Moose.
Okay.
Zarius, seeing this, is immediately running straight up, pulling out his spear and making an attack on this one.
Sounds good.
Okay, I gotta do it this way. So +7. There's a +7 to it.
If you click on him, you should see like a little menu up at the top left.
Oh,
And then you can click on spear and it'll give you everything related to the spear attack.
there we go. I do that. Or did
Yeah, we're gonna ignore the natural 20. Okay, but a dirty 20 does hit.
And so Jesus.
Yeah, so that's 8 damage. All right, geez, 8 damage. You come up and pierce him in the side, and the spear goes straight through his side. And he like drops to one knee, and he is hurting.
Bonus action, another strike or unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike. Okay. Unarmed strike. Yeah, that 13. That'll hit. Wait, let me double check. No, 13 does not hit. Armor class of 14. So you go to punch him, and he like blocks your hand out the way with his club. He's like, oh. Okay, now it's Locke's turn.
I think Locke would maybe take a step forward, a couple steps forward, and just say, "Stop, everybody! Stop! Nobody else needs to get hurt." And if they don't stop, then he's gonna fire a firebolt. Like if any one of them attack, then he's gonna shoot a firebolt at the guy that's closest to him.
Okay, go ahead and roll a persuasion check at disadvantage because you're already like in combat with them, already acting hostile.
Ooh.
+7.
7 becomes a 14.
Yeah. 14.
Okay. All right. Okay, so 14. And Jebek looks over at the one that was the one she's kind of like rubbing her eyes and like focusing because she's the one that got blasted with the light. And she looks over and her buddy's got like a gaping hole in her side. She says, "Everybody, stop! Stop! Enough! Hell is wrong with you people?"
You were trying to rob us. Or Locke would say intelligently, "You were trying to rob us."
Yeah, that's our job. Doesn't mean you have to throw a spear into my buddy's gut.
We were just protecting ourselves.
We were just protecting ourselves. There it is. Oh. Give me back my gourd.
Give us the stolen goods so that we can return it to their owners.
Well, that would not be good news for us. And I need my gourd to do that anyways.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to your gorb.
Do they
Being
really?
pretty-
Wait, nobody knows what happens to the gourd. Did
No,
they?
you did that like really well.
Yeah, you bamfed that thing out of there. Nobody has a freaking clue.
As far as we know, your gorb is a wine bottle. That's where we're at.
It's
showed up
not.
here.
It's a gourd with a golden stopper on it. It was a gift from Agden Longstaff.
Okay,
You showed
that's
up
good
here,
for you.
made threats, and are accusing us of stealing something that we clearly don't have.
And you guys are known thieves. How do you know that one of them didn't do it? As I point to the other 5 fucking bunnies.
He wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't they?
She smacks one of them just for example.
Morgan, which one is the leader on the map right now?
It's this one.
I was thinking it was that one, but
Nope, it's... Come on, where's my ping? Nope, it's the other guy. It's this one.
Okay.
My ping is not working.
this one?
The guy that took radiant damage.
Correct.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's Jebek.
Can Kevis move up right behind her? Or
Roll
we-
a stealth check. Do a normal stealth check because you are moving through like muck and sticky mud. So you're making noise, but you're invisible.
Oh, I thought this is my favorite terrain too. It's not. Dang it.
Yeah, this is not your favorite terrain.
Out of 25.
Come on, what do you mean you don't like swampy stuff?
Yeah, you can move right next to her.
So I'm just standing there with my swords at the ready. In case something
Okay.
happens.
Are you doing anything, or are you just prepped?
Just prep. If she goes for any action towards any of my allies, I'm taking a hit.
Okay. So you're holding your action.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so what else are you guys doing? She's just looking there. She just has her hand out. She's not giving up on the idea that you guys don't have her gourd.
She has her hand out like this.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap it, like give it like a high five. Bam.
You're an idiot.
Oh. Captain Obvious.
Where's my gourd, little green one? Maybe it was this.
Okay.
Maybe it was the yellow bird.
The yellow bird.
He's just sitting there jumping the whole time.
He seems they're fast. You might not.
They are. Okay.
Okay, yellow bird, give me back my gourd. And Pinky, this whole time you're just doing nothing.
Is it? Oh
we're out of combat sequence at this point. So right now this is just all interactions.
Pinky's gonna yell from the tree. Actually, no, she's not gonna yell. She's gonna first look. Is there anybody with, like, ranged weapons?
Yeah, a couple in the back are using slings to, like, throw rocks. One of them hit Eli.
I got hit with one, yeah. It hurt. Pretty bad.
She's still invisible.
Blood,
She's
coming
gonna.
down my face.
She's gonna yell out, "Put down your weapons, and we can negotiate."
Kevis, Pinky, and Zarius. Point of note: there is a trickle of blood running down from Eli's head where he got hit by the rock. Eli, do you want to describe that for me?
What?
Yeah, it's dark black. It is very thick. Not like the consistency you would think normal blood would be, right? It's like a big glob of black sludge on his face almost.
All right, Pinky, are you trying to persuade them?
Pinky's just gonna say, persuade them. Just like stand down and we can talk.
Okay, roll a persuasion check. All right. And immediately all the rabbits' faces all turn up like, who said that? Where are you?
I've been hearing it since I got here. It's freaking me out, right? It freaks you out too? It freaked me out. Just saying. It's not cool. I'm with you guys.
Do you know this voice?
No, ever since I got here, it's been fucking yelling at me and touching me and stuff, though.
Kevis will then lean into the leader's ear and say, "You should probably listen to that voice."
And it, like, out of reflex, not out of like attacking or anything, it just like turns and like flails at the voice that just scared it. It's not like a real attack. You're able to like stop the club with your sword. And Kevis, roll an intimidation check for that move.
Oh, good. Love that.
Nice.
Why are you here?
So it hears you, and it's like, you know, I'm not afraid of no ghost.
I want to put my sword up to her side.
We can.
Not stabbing, but just like so she knows there's a sword. There's something sharp next to you right now.
With you rolling that low on your intimidation, she's able to back off and like she's prepared, so she like you can't get in that close anymore. Like, fine, let's negotiate.
Good. All right, drop your weapons. Put them away.
That goes both ways, you too. And as she points out at nothing, not sure where you're coming from.
I don't have one.
Then tell your friends to put them down.
They'll put them down if you put yours down, I'm sure.
Yeah, it sounds like a good way to end up dead.
Just
You're
for
not
a
dead
picture
yet.
here, right? Who all is holding a weapon right now? Is it just Zarius?
All of the
I mean-
rabbits, Zarius and Kevis.
I mean, Kevis they can't see, so the only person they can see right now is Zarius, who has a spear.
I would
I
have.
mean-
They know Kevis has a weapon because it caught the club as she was flailing. Like, we can all put our weapons away at the same time.
Okay.
Deal.
Count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
Do it.
It's in my pocket.
Eli's hands are just like in his pockets now.
All right. So you said that the wine that gourd on the ground isn't your gourd.
A wine bottle. It's not a gourd.
Okay. Well,
Come out where we can see you.
At this point, when that's going out, can I move to next to? Come on, this one.
Roll a stealth check.
I'd
Yeah,
like to
no
still
problem.
be just to make sure, I am still concentrating on the slug, by the way. Like, I don't...
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't want the leader to even think that like I've moved from her. Because I would imagine our invisibility is about to drop.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a minute. It will.
Okay, so she's really gonna be freaked out.
That's not the leader that you're standing next to.
I know I was. So
Oh,
she
okay,
still
yeah,
thinks
I
I'm
got you.
still there.
Yeah,
I got you.
she's just looking around.
You said something about somebody long scarf being mad at you if you lost this gourd. Why is it so important?
He gave it to me so that I could gather these memories and bring them back.
The memories for.
I don't know. I'm just doing what Agden told me. I'm not answering any more questions until I can see you.
I mean, even if I show myself, you probably still can't see me from where I am.
So come where we can see you.
Do I have your word that you're not going to attack me?
My weapons are away.
Okay. Yeah, flies. She's gonna be still 30 feet up in the air above Kevis.
Okay, and sounds good. And her ears are up and like twitching, like just trying to keep aware of everything.
And I put the gourd away though.
Where do you put it?
How big is this gourd?
For your body, it's huge. You don't have anywhere that you can hide this thing.
Okay, so with that me being aware of that,
Mm-hmm. Also,
I'm gonna leave that gourd in the tree, and then I'm gonna come over here.
okay. Also, with the nature of things and whatnot, you didn't. Pinky, you don't have any adventuring supplies.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have like an adventurer's pack or a thief's pack or something, you didn't pick any of that up from your camp before
Yeah.
you left. So you do not have those items on you. You do have your seed bag, but that's about it.
Yeah. And I don't think my seed bag can fit that.
No. Okay, so you come down.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. No, I'll have it in my arm. I'll drop my invisibility.
Okay.
I'll be holding it. Is this what you're looking for?
Yes, little thief.
Hey! I'm a fairy, not a thief.
They're not.
And if I am a thief,
mutually
I'm a damn
exclusive.
good one.
Call her a pixie.
Don't you dare call me a pixie!
You hear Kevis snicker.
All right, so what do you want?
Good question. What do I want? Oh, by
You mean-
chance, have you seen a hot air balloon type thingy fall from the sky?
No.
Insight
No,
check.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're lying to me. She's never good at insight.
Hard to read. It's kind of an intense situation, so you're not entirely sure, like, if she's just like hyped up or if she's lying. Don't know.
Okay. We're at a standstill. Obviously, if you do anything stupid or rash, it's not going to go well for either of our sides. I have what you want,
Yes.
but what do you have that I would ever want?
I don't know. What do you want?
Morgan, has my invisibility dropped?
Yeah, right about this time.
So I'd say as soon as it drops, Kevis would chime in. Does the name Moongrave sound familiar to you?
Moongrave. Of course. Why do you want to know about Moongrave?
I look up at Pinky. Out of game. That is the one that took mine and Pinky's lost item, correct?
Consulting notes.
I want to double check on that before. I'm pretty sure it's me, but I didn't know if it was Pinky. I know it was somebody else.
Yeah, it was the same. We had the same person. I know that, but I don't know. I don't remember who.
Yep, it is. It is Endolin Moongrave.
Okay. So Kevis would hear that and be like, "Do you know where we
Don't
could
give them too much information
where we can find her?"
on why.
Not here. You're in the wrong. You're in the wrong space for Moongrave.
Where are we?
You don't
the
even know
wrong
where you
name.
are.
Said the wrong name.
Obviously, I know we're in the Feywilds. I'm specifically in this instance of the Feywilds. Where are we?
What kind of weirdos don't know where they are? It's
The kind of weirdos
Anyways,
that just
fine.
got dropped off into a different plane.
Fine. I enact the right of reciprocity. The rule of reciprocity. I tell you what you want to know. You give me back my gourd.
I stopped Pinky.
Even though you already
You're gonna
broke.
answer all of our questions? All of them?
Even-
Not just this one question, all of them.
We'll answer some. You already broke the rule of ownership, so there's only so much that we can do.
Oh, who did a... Yeah, you're right about that.
I'll look up at Pinky and be like, if I remember right, the hag that stole Locke's items, Nightshade? I think she was here. Is that right, Morgan?
You don't know who is here. I mean, who are you thinking is here?
I thought it was a Nightshade. I have a note that she's in a dollhouse in a hollowed out tree. I don't know if that's right.
So just to be straight on this, Endolin Moongrave has Kevis's and Pinky's. Balvorna Blightstraw has Xerius and Moose's, and then Skagatha Nightshade has Eli's and Locke's.
Okay. Let me phrase that. I would say to the leader, these hags, are any of them here?
Yes, obviously.
And where are they?
They're in their home? Probably. I don't know. She moves from time to time, I guess.
Do you happen to know where she is currently?
Nope. Way too far down on the food chain for that.
Look up at Pinky. She is so useless.
Did the wine bottle break
Yeah,
when she dropped
I
it?
mean, look,
No, it fell
The
into
real-
mud just like a squeak.
I want
the
to
real
pick it up
question
and
is
I forgot
how-
the cord.
you are not being paid enough for this stuff.
I have
Whatever
my.
Mark is giving you, it can't be worth the trouble of this.
It is when I get his time alone.
Oh, okay.
Helping out Longscarf isn't a job, it's a privilege.
That sounds like Stockholm syndrome.
It sounds like he's a great leader.
Whatever gets you to sleep
Really?
at night, buddy.
Your leader wants you to steal souls?
Souls.
Memories.
Memories are good currency.
Memories, yes.
Do
Why did
people
you-
give you these memories willingly?
After
Because if
they.
they're not, then you're also breaking etiquette.
Well, I have a pass. We all do.
Oh,
Insight.
oh! Now we pull out the I have an exemption card.
I want to do an insight check on that. That sentence right there.
Go for it. What are you trying to figure out?
If she's just absolutely bullshitting with Pinky now. Oh,
No, she's. No, that's legit. You know, sounds like she believes what she's saying.
I think we still keep the gourd, guys. Don't you? Yeah, let's keep it. Yeah.
Equal
that's
exchange. We answered your questions. You give us back the gourd.
You didn't
We
answer.
That was
I
the
mean-
deal.
You didn't answer any
Agreed
questions.
to that deal.
Pinky
Oh,
has it.
oh, she's not invisible anymore.
No, she's
That's
not.
right. My bad.
Yes, you did. You agreed. That's what began this conversation.
Did we shake hands?
Did I verbally say yes? No.
And she looks at both of you specifically. You both know the Fae. You reek of it.
Well, that's rude.
You know details like that are irrelevant.
I just look at her. I'm
You
like,
agreed.
have you looked at me? Like, where do you think I come from?
Not the swamp.
Not much as a parent. No way I would just willingly go into this boggy woggy wish-wash place.
Yeah. You
Why
look
you
like
here?
a sore thumb. I live here.
In the bog?
Yes.
Such
Why
a
didn't you choose
charming place.
the forest area or somewhere nicer?
This is where Agden is, so this is where I will be.
When do we negotiate with terrorists, by the way? I'm just kind of curious on when that took place.
I mean, we're kind of causing a lot of terror ourselves. So.
These guys came around and tried to mug us.
What was the name
Yeah.
they mentioned?
It's our job.
I don't care what your job is. It's our right to not be mugged, am I right? I mean, come on, you can't just come around here and try to steal our shit.
Oh,
No one gets away
that's
with that.
just ridiculous.
can't steal our memories and be like, oh yeah, no, that's what we're supposed to do. We're hired to do that. Well, okay, you know, I'm hired to do other things too, but I'm just not going around stealing people's shit.
Really like the arrangement we have. Why don't you lead us to this Agden long scarf person? We get a straight answer from him.
and
Of
they
course,
all
the straight is-
and they all start laughing. Darling, you're in the Feywild. We don't know
where?
what a straight answer is.
Are the other rabbits
Now, and if
doing
you-
anything?
They're just sitting back and watching the conversation.
Okay.
If you're looking for the hag, one of them pipes up. If you're looking for the hag, you'll find Agden. We don't need to lead you anywhere. He'll
Okay.
find you.
I'm sure we have something that's very valuable to him. I'm sure he'll come find us.
And you will give it back, or we will strike you down.
Is that really the case? And point over to the one that Zarius had impaled with his spear.
They point over to Eli, who's bleeding and doesn't have a terrible amount of hit points left.
Look at Eli.
I kind of just fiddle with the gourd.
How are you? How are you fiddling with it?
You know, just looking at it, examining it.
I guess since we're not in
Can I
combat
make
right
them-
now. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Can I make like an Arcana check on this thing?
Sure.
See like what it's used for. Let's see.
Also, can I take a?
It's a 10.
Can I walk over to Eli without them doing anything?
You don't know what this gourd does. Like,
Shiny gourd.
I don't know. Yeah.
And I'm pretty proud that I stole it.
Yep. Yeah. You can go over to Eli.
I say, I just look at him and go, I'm fine. I cast Healing Light on myself.
Guys, I'm really on a roll with the whole taking thing.
You say that to
For
us,
those
or
without
them?
a past, there are consequences to you taking things that don't belong to you. Beware.
How do you know that those consequences haven't already been dealt?
Because you're too new here. You don't understand. You'll find out the consequences. And that gourd
Lovely.
will, even if you don't give it back now, the gourd will return to me. Thus is the right of ownership.
What about those people's memories?
Like I said, we have a pass. You all do not. I answered your questions, and I told you it would be a limited amount. Now, give me back my gourd and be on your way.
First,
That's up to
can
you, Piggy.
you pick up my wine bottle and clean it off and give it to me? We'll trade.
I have it.
Eli has it.
Oh,
I
Eli
have it.
has it? Wonderful.
I picked it up and started pretending I had a gourd.
Yep. The trade is already made. Our questions answered for the return of the gourd. Now you are the one in the breach of contract.
I'll give it back to you. I'm just gonna fly back up to the tree, put it down, and you can have it back.
Oh, come on!
It's all yours.
See, I'm not the only dick in this group here, alright?
Look, when
Apparently
you
not.
when you I'm a trickster. What do you expect?
After she
That's
does
why I
that,
hate fairies.
I want to walk up and be like, We fulfilled our deal
Excellent.
and turn around and walk away.
You
Oh.
suck!
And I'm gonna
Jesse,
follow
go
him,
get
so
the
I'm gonna
gourd.
look over. And in the future, maybe hold on to your possessions a little more tightly. You never know when you might lose them.
She like makes a face and like turns away. She's like, Jesse, get up the tree. Get back.
Get up the tree! He's telling a rabbit to get up. I wanna watch this.
It takes him a few minutes. Surprisingly good jumper, able to bound up, and takes him a couple of minutes, but he's able to get to the top of the tree and bring it back down. And don't touch the stopper. I know. Ugh. Lots of bossy women today. What the hell?
When you guys turn your tails and run away from us, can you sing your little shanty again? I liked the shanty you guys were singing.
They all kind of glare at you and like start walking off, and like just a couple of minutes later, like you kind of hear like the slow movement of the snail kind of like shifting back and forth, and the things kind of go on the side to side like and kind of reflexively a few of them start and it's like shut up, and then they start again, and it's a ways off before like they actually allow themselves to get back to it. With sticks and stones, we'll break your nose, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes, but none among us can compare to one wily, swift, and stand-up hare. Scarf that's glorious, thief notorious, his deeds are truly meritorious. With a wink and a grin, he'll show you his cunning, a flash of his scarf, and he'll take off running. Quick as a bolt, his long scarf trailing, gasping, grasping, you'll end up flailing. You'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer. Thanks to Ogden Longstaff, Brigand Prince Prismeer! And they just repeat it off and off and off into the distance.
Pinky, you have some real balls stealing from thieves.
I blame you
that
guys
was
on this
impressive.
bad habit that I'm beginning to form.
Also,
I told you I didn't want to
impressive.
steal the watch in the first place, and look what you've made me into.
as soon as you
It
say
was impressive.
steal the watch, Kevis turns around and is like, by the way,
Moose already explained this to us.
no,
It's gone.
yes.
Oh.
What happened to the plan, Pinky? I was
What?
supposed to
Oh, yeah.
steal it, and I turn around and you're gone. And then, like, while I'm yelling at him, I'd be like, also, look at Eli. By the way, what kind of goblin are you?
I said I was a goblin.
You look like a goblin, but I don't know any goblin that bleeds like you do.
You look like a freak. I'm not calling you a freak. Nah.
I am a freak. That's
I
obvious.
mean,
But
look,
you're
we're a group of oddballs.
Okay.
Why don't you think he's a goblin?
I don't know what he is that bleeds black gook.
Yeah, it says as I wipe it off and I just kind of on his pant leg, just kind of get the blood off my hand.
Onto Kevis's pant leg.
On the Kevis's pant.
I walked
yeah.
away.
No, well, I'm having a conversation with you. Hold on a second. No.
Quick question: does Kevin still have his flower crown on his head?
He does.
It's
Is
dead.
it looking okay?
It's looking
dead.
a little wilty.
How long
Yeah,
do I
it's
have to
been
have that?
It's been
If we don't,
well over an hour.
Kevin's water it.
How long is that crown supposed to stay on? I thought it was till I left the carnival.
24 hours. Next time.
Fuck.
Water it, please.
All right, guys, and that's where we will end tonight's session. As you guys steal from thieves, getting into an argument with them, and begin to make your way into the swamp towards one of the hag's lairs, whichever one you can find.
Yeah, please.
Still operating on very little information, and
not getting straight answers from Faye, believe it or not. Kind of the nature of Faye, in general.
Yeah.
As you know, since
kleptomania
meeting
habits are definitely showing.